Doug, we got to help him out.
Everyone's got Iggy's phone number. They've all got it. And when they need something in this town, he is the concierge to the stars.
Brad Pitt needs a bagel. Give Iggy a call.
This Don Hoffman, Dougie, is a rising star in the show. He says, well, Iggy, she was a coach at the NHL All-Star Game. My mistake. I don't make Christmas plans the middle of summer, you bacon boot. That's from Don Hoffman. Wow.
And again, if you would listen, Don Hoffman, I didn't say that today, the day after the All-Star Game, hey, we're going to be in December. They called me, and she called me in December. Said, hopefully you remember me. I said, yeah, I remember you. How you been? She goes, I need a little help here.
I hope you remember me. What? I'm sorry, that was how the conversation went?
I don't know.
Well, she said,
buying it.
She says, you remember me? I'm Jenna Fischer's publicist. And I said, yeah, I remember you. We hit it off.
Publicist.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
okay, it happens.
They call me. What, am I going to make that up?
Yeah, probably.
Hey, you know what? I got up this morning and said, you know what? I think I'm going to make a lie about a Jenna Fischer story. What can I come up with?
You made up the part about being a Gold Glove second baseman.
I booked a table for them at Christmas. Yeah, I'll use that one. I didn't make up. There weren't any Gold Gloves back in that era, but.
Well, they also didn't give them out to intramural players.
That's what I said. We didn't get Gold Gloves back in Corey League and CYC.
No,
Legion
you
Ball
wouldn't.
and whatever.
No.
Harrison's brother Master is skeptical. Ken, so you're saying you called the restaurant as yourself and said you needed a reservation for Jenna Fischer, and they believed you and booked it. That's from Harrison's brother Master.
Yeah. Well, I was calling people I knew at restaurants, so.
You got contacts all over the restaurant community?
Well, I do. So
How did you get those?
Said, hey, Iggy, looking for something on the 23rd or whatever. I don't know. It was, what was it, 2006? When was the All-Star Game here?
08.
Oh, wait, I don't remember.
09.
Yeah, sorry.
One of those
Are we talking about the NHL one?
No.
Doug, when was that?
Major League Baseball.
2020.
Well,
Guys, I like how a Guy Phillips story is unbelievable. Jenna Fischer calling Iggy for a buy one, get one free card to Subway is something we all just are supposed to accept as fact. That's from Larry Thornton.
Again, Jenna Fischer's publicist, not Jenna Fischer herself.
yeah.
Hey guys, Mark Zuckerberg here. I'll be in town in 2028 for a tech conference, and I'm looking for a Blimpies in Wentzville. You don't happen to know anyone that works at radio who has exactly 0 pull in town that can get me a booth? Do
Do you need a reservation at Blimpie? You can just walk in, can't you?
But you don't know me very well either. If you don't think if you don't think I have pull, you don't know me very well.
Iggy, where'd you wind up setting Jenna Fischer up, and what was happening in St. Louis that night that there were no reservations to be found? There were a lot of holes in the story. That's from Dan G.
Oh, God, there's no holes in the story. It just happened. And I don't remember. Again, 2006, 7, 8, whenever the All-Star Game was here. My God.
I could probably get someone a table at Blimpie.
Or Quiznos.
Yeah. I bet you could call them and say, hey, can I get a booth around 1:30 this afternoon? And they go, well, yeah. And I said, okay, done. That was easy.
And I'm not even sure they went. All I did was I called the post and said, yeah, I got you a table for 8 of such and such here.
Where was it?
I don't remember. It might have been Slays Grantwood. I don't remember.
Couldn't just about anybody get a table for 8 if you called in advance?
I don't know. Maybe they were having trouble. I didn't ask any questions. Why can't you do it yourself?
I mean, if it was just
I was
Joe
happy
Blow.
to help. I didn't ask any questions.
If it was one of us, anybody who wanted a table, if you call them a week in advance, they'll say, sure. Doesn't have to be a movie star.
Again, I don't know.
Okay.
How do you think the conversation should have went? Hey, Iggy, hope you remember me. This is such and such from Jenna Fischer. I'm a publicist. Oh, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, is there any way you got connections? We need a table of 8. Go do it yourself.
Yeah, tell her.
What's wrong with you?
Yes.
Can't you dial yourself, Jenna Fischer?
Yes,
I just said, sure, what can I do for you? I'll be glad to help. That's all I did.
Which restaurant was this again?
I didn't ask any questions.
Which restaurant?
I don't remember. Might have been Slays Grantwood.
Slays Grantwood.
I'm going to look up her name real quick here.
What's that? What's Slays
It's
Grantwood?
out there in your neck of the woods on Laclede and Watson. Laclede and Gravois, actually.
That's a White Castle.
No.
White Castle.
Laclede, and that's Laclede.
That's
Laclede and
Jack
Big
in the
Bend.
Box.
That's Laclede and Big Bend. Laclede and Gravois on your right is Slays Grantwood.
Gravois.
Wait, what's it called again, Iggy?
Slay's Grantwood.
That were like Sam's Steakhouse.
Yeah, it's Sam's Steakhouse now, but it was Slay's Grantwood.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm like...
I just know it from there because my uncle owned the place. That's how I know it.
Your uncle owned it, this restaurant.
The mean lesbian?
He didn't own it then. He was the owner of it. It was Slay's Grantwood, and then Sam Andrea from Andrea's out in Belleville bought into the place and then bought my uncle out. Now they own it.
Now it's Sam.
Yes, the mean lesbian. That uncle.
Why is he so
now
mean?
I know where this is.
Why is he mean? And how did the gentleman become a lesbian?
He was an honorary guy. I'm looking up a number in my book here for Jenna Fischer Hillary.
Why the hell are you sending Hollywood celebrities to these garbage second-rate steakhouses in Sunset Hills? That's from the 314.
That's not Sunset Hills. It's either Grantwood Village or Afton right there.
It hasn't been Sam's for like 35 years, you senile idiot.
It's Sam's
It's
right
Sam's now, dumbass.
Yes, it is.
It's in Afton.
Right across from...
I think the person, because we got back-to-back texts on it, one person said it's always been Sam's for 30 years, and then somebody said it hasn't been Slay's in 35 years.
Slays.
I just go by what it used to be called. My uncle owned it, Slay's Grantwood. Yes, now it's Sam's Steakhouse.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
I spent 4 years in San Francisco.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Doug, Adam is on the line. I think you're sideways with him, but I can't.
Crying out loud.
We are not sideways anymore, Dougie. But real quick, Charlie, there is a groundswell of support for you on the Facebook page. People are loving this little threesome you guys got going on with Jim out of there, Charlie in. It's a great setup. It's a good feng shui. People are loving it.
So you want me to whack the cat?
I didn't say that.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'm fine as just the fill-in guy. Cat's my guy.
Shush. I wrote.
Oh, shush you.
Shush you.
Doug, I wrote a rap song for you because I love you so much. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Andy, he's a real cool dude, walking down the street and acting a fool. Oh, always doing sports and radio in his khaki shorts. And you are so special to me. Living it up down South Miami. And gee, he's got the grandpa swag. Hey, Gramps, come on, sit on my face.
Put him down! Put him down!
You didn't even finish. He has H&N, right?
Yeah, I know.
Adam has been suspended for that particular line in his song.
Did you think there was any chance that a rap dedicated to you was going to go well?
I thought it might. It wasn't bad there at the beginning. It kind of got sour towards the end. Adam's been suspended, gentlemen, 4 days' time, and his name's been...
I see it right there.
Mogul.
I like when people come in with material, though.
Don from Delwood's on the line.
Hello, Don.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, we're fine. You?
Hey, Doug, are you the type of guy that likes to, slap his butt cheeks and...
Put him down! Put him down!
That's so stupid.
He was on hold for at least half an hour to say that. Don from Delwood.
Here's the worst part, though. Sometimes I want to know where they're going with it. I want to hear the ending of it.
It almost always goes bad when they start out with Doug. I know that something awful is about to happen.
If Doug's the first word and flap is in the second or third word.
In this case, a little suspension has been rained down on the Delwood region. Don from Delwood has been suspended a period of 4 days' time for an audio violation. His name has been entered into the suspension logule.
I think these phone lines may be poison. I might agree with you on that.
The phone lines are rising.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. and it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan. The Ryan Kelly Morning After exists because of the name on the show, and that's Ryan Kelly. You have been our title sponsor for a decade. You are the one we thank, and many people around town, the one that gets the blame for the show.
I do get the blame, too. I get all the glory and all the blame. I got to tell you, it's just humbling to hear what you just said. I remember I started with the text line sponsorship, and then after the first day, I go, I'll take the whole show. I love it so much. And refinance or buy a house, why'd you go anywhere else? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis, you are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, the Potted Plant. TMASTL.com, and you are watching us on YouTube.com/TMASTL. Doug, we're in the Munganess 7 o'clock hour in these Michelob Ultra Studios, and maybe the ladies have already noticed.
Yeah.
But we're only 10 days away from St. Patrick's Day, and you and I are celebrating by the wearing of the green, is what they call it.
How do you like the hoodies? How do you like these hoodies?
Good, man.
Oh, boy, they look
the green
good.
pops. I love it.
Yeah.
Pop.
Yeah. How do you like those hoodies?
Now, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, we got what we wanted. We got some nice hoodies.
Yeah.
There's 5 people in here, and there were 4 hoodies, and I didn't get one.
Now, what happened with Jackson? Do you feel like he's showing favoritism?
No, Jackson didn't ship them.
Mike Flanagan, your buddy, and Kim.
Yes, I don't know what happened.
Would you like my hoodie?
No, that's okay.
Yeah, so here's my rationale there. I have never, in the year and some change of knowing Iggy, seen him wear a hoodie, and I wear a hoodie every day. So I gave up my T-shirt version of the St. Patrick's Day look in favor of the hoodie because I've seen Iggy wear a T-shirt. So that was the rationale there.
Okay.
No favoritism.
Well, I don't wear T-shirts in here either, so.
If we had a TMA St. Patrick's Day quarter zip and you didn't get it, that would be something there.
I'd be all over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I don't wear hoodies. I don't wear T-shirts. So.
Shirts.
You're too much of a slave to fashion for that.
Well, in the summer I'll wear I'll wear golf shirts in the summer.
Yes, your quarter zip or golf polo year round. That's the Iggy
well, not in the summer.
aesthetic.
In the summer I wear short sleeve shirts.
Yeah, golf polos. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, not 3/4 zips.
No, in the winter it's almost all 3/4 zips.
Oh, without a doubt. I don't think I have, or turtlenecks maybe.
That's the aesthetic.
Yeah, they're nice looking merch though.
Brian, you can get these hoodies for St. Patrick's Day and T-shirts. Here, let me show you a T-shirt.
Yeah, I'd like to see what
I know all the ladies are watching to see what I look like this morning. It's so exciting to be a sex symbol on HD2 radio. Here's the.
There it is, right there.
There it is. I was trying to see on my director's cut. There it is. For St. Patrick's Day. TMASTLshop.com is where you can get those things. Brian Henshin is active already in the Engineered Design Facilities text inbox. Time for the humble bragging boot to start begging for things. Good start to the week. Boy, that's what what he got out of that.
Hey, it's our merch. I can beg all I want for our merch.
Sure you can.
But I'm not begging.
Whatever, dude.
I'm just saying we had 5 people on the dais, and there were 4 hoodies.
Beer Cats standing by.
Well, 2 of my favorites are early.
Scattered snow showers currently in St. Louis. Where's that trash cast? That's from Beer Cats. Doug, do you see snow showers out there?
Let me look. I see 50% chance here coming up.
Oh, my word. Are you going to have a snowstorm?
No. Huh? I don't know where he lives. He lives out there in a zip code that I don't follow.
You've chosen to follow some zip codes and ignore others.
Well, he's in Illinois. I don't give forecasts for Illinois, so I don't know what's...
Oh, really? Like when it gets to the Mississippi River, it just shuts off?
Well, I don't count that.
Okay. Boy, it would have been nice to have some heads-up warning about these snow.
Well, I told you it was going to be chilly this week.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Nobody asked me for a forecast for Monday. I just said next week it's not going to be 60s or 70s. It's going to be chilly and chance of a little snow maybe on Thursday or Friday, depending how low the temperatures get. But if it falls below 32, it's going to snow a little bit, but nothing too major. Not going to worry about it.
Okay.
Not going to be calling off school.
Good.
Of
So
course,
I
they
shouldn't
may.
worry
They
about it?
call off school if it rains.
It's hard to worry about much of anything when I got one of the hoodies.
Yeah, if it's snowing out, you just put that hood up. You're fine. I'm not.
Yeah, I guess if you didn't get one, that's when this could be a problem.
I got to
when you
brave
walk
it.
outside and it's snowing or something and you came up hoodieless.
Now, Iggy, just for the record, and Doug and I both follow the Strodecast, not our iPhone, but it does say a 50% chance of snow at 8 a.m. and 70% chance of snow in St. Louis today.
All right. Well, you may get a few flurries, but nothing's gonna. It's not. Gonna, we asked me for my forecast. No, did you see any other forecast last week that said it's going to snow on Monday? No.
I don't know.
It moved in over the weekend. So there may be some showers, but it's not going to stick. It's not. It's been 60 and 70 the last 2 days. You think it's sticking?
I sure would have been nice to get a heads up on this.
I didn't even put the snow tires on.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I'm
Is it going to be okay to drive home?
Holly Hills Hustler says it's snowing in Holly Hills.
Oh, great. And he had no warning either.
Oh, good.
Wonder if he got a hoodie.
Turn your windshield wipers on and just do 60 on the highway. It's not going to bother you.
Ugh.
It's like rain.
Yeah. We had a lot of rain last night.
Boy, did we ever. Holy moly.
I told you it was going to rain over the weekend. I told you the winds were going to be whipping on Sunday.
Yeah.
Hawk was up, man. Hawk
Saturday,
was up.
big time.
Saturday
Forget
was
about it.
gonna be
Anybody try to
up.
shave strokes in that?
No.
Oh, it's so windy. Like, my grill cover was attached to my grill, like, with Velcro, and that flew off.
Oh, no.
Like, that's pretty crazy.
I saw Plowsy at the Billiken game on Saturday.
Billikens, rah, rah, rah.
Didn't even know he was there.
Billikens,
I saw
rah,
a
rah.
ton of listeners there as well.
What were they saying to you?
Oh, just saying how they love the show. There's a lot of older men, about
No.
50 plus, I would say. I've met 4 or 5 of them. They were absolutely fantastic. Talk
Head
about,
injury victims?
No, they were really buttoned up. Well, I didn't really get into, their day-to-day lives, what they did, but said they've been listening since day one. Love kind of how random and, some of the topics are on the show.
Whoa. I would have to push back on that a little bit.
It was fun. A lot of fun.
And they got a win. They got a W.
Barely.
They tried to lose.
But they got the win. They were up by 21. They got a victory.
Billikens. What about ILL? Plowhawk is wearing his orange while Doug and I wear the green, and Iggy is not happy about either. Plowhawk, Big Ten champions. What a scene last night in Champaign.
Yeah, we had to backdoor it with, a Nebraska win there. But that was a great way to wrap up.
Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah, it was, we were down 15 in the first half, clawed our way back there. Loved it. I didn't understand the storm in the court. I know we're co-Big Ten champ. I just didn't expect it. We were a favorite in that game. We're at home. Still a big deal. I love this team. I don't know if they're a Final Four team, but hopefully I can watch a couple rounds of them. So.
Well, sure.
I was super pumped.
Did you watch any of Krzyzewski's last game?
I did.
I didn't, and I'm
They
glad I
got
didn't.
beat by 10 or 12.
Let me tell you something. The Tam Avenue Capital Partners are known in the VC world, Doug, as
Virginia Commonwealth?
That's correct.
Yeah.
As underperforming is the way that we've described it at board meetings.
Sorry.
And I saw at one point in that game that you could just bet Duke to win minus 110, and I thought, well, they're going to win this. There's no way they don't. And I don't really go out of my way to place large wagers, and large is, of course, subjective. But this, for me, as a South City kid, a hardworking South City kid, salt of the earth.
Gritty.
Thank you.
Gritty. Button down, hard scrabble.
Thank you. I placed what was, for me, a relatively substantial wager, live betting Duke, and I didn't even get a sweat out of it. I got my ass shipped.
Oh.
I couldn't.
So did Coach K.
I couldn't believe that happened. Holy crap. When I saw it was even, at one point, I think they were down by 2, and it was minus 110 for Duke just to win straight up, not even late points. I'm like, well, I have an obligation to bet this. If you're ahead in the hand, you got to call. Doug, if you're ahead in the hand, you got to call. You might not want to call. You might not want to.
But if you're ahead in the hand, you have to.
Ah!
Okay.
And I looked at it and go, I'm ahead in the hand. These don't come along too often.
I have to wager. And my God, I didn't even get a sweat in Mike Krzyzewski's final game. And then he had to go out there and do this ceremony. And we have audio of it. And they had a whole thing planned, and you have, you know he's not really big on the administrators getting their moments. A guy named Vincent Price is the president.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not
He's
the guy
still
from
around.
Thriller.
Different guy now.
Different guy now.
Okay.
He's the president of Duke, and he's basically out there making it about himself, which is nice, considering this guy's been coaching for 42 years. And before the whole thing gets underway, Krzyzewski goes to the microphone. Plowek, you heard that audio, did you not? I saw it on the Fun with Audio. Take a listen to this.
Hit the lever, Plowek.
This isn't part of the program. This is impromptu by me. I'm sorry about this afternoon. Please, everyone be quiet. Let me just say, it's unacceptable. Today was unacceptable, but the season has been very acceptable. And I'll tell you, the season isn't over.
After losing by 12 at home.
Yeah, they should have whooped their ass.
Yeah,
Duke is so much better than UNC this season.
Yeah, I would have bet more that they would have won by 30 than lost the game.
Oh, my God. The spread was 11.5 before the game. It's one of those rare spots where you're just going, okay, well, you got the emotion factor. They had, I think, 100 alumni.
Yeah, it was packed.
Quinn was not there, Doug. He had responsibilities with the Jazz, and but I think Grayson Allen was there.
Yeah,
the official NBA player of the Ryan Kelly morning after, and they just got it handed to him in the final 5 minutes of the game.
So
what did I do here?
The average ticket price was $5,000.
I thought it was $6,000.
Did it go up to $6,000?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Someone paid $80K for a ticket.
But it's not his final game, though.
Final game at Cameron, though.
Yeah.
They had to just love that at North Carolina. How sweet was that?
Yeah, that's as good as it gets for
Did
them.
you see Chapel Hill? Like after the game, it was just it looked like the Mardi Gras parade.
Really? Like they'd won the title.
It was insane. It was. I didn't know that rivalry still held that weight, but man, there was so.
The UNC Duke rivalry?
Yeah,
as big as it gets, baby.
Don't say baby with that.
What was that, Jack?
In college basketball, there's no bigger.
Guess you didn't see Missouri Georgia Saturday.
Big dub.
That Georgia's a tough bunch. They're 1 in
Tommy Creed.
They may be 1 in 17 in the SEC, but boy, they had a 10 or 12 point lead and blew it. I don't think they made a shot the last 10 minutes of the second half.
Played like ass.
Doug, you remember Phil Bradley with Missouri?
Well,
and he also was with the Phillies. He's in the YouTube chat.
Great.
Yeah. 187 people already are this morning, and he says Mizzou beat a 6-24 team. I can't tell you the pride I have right now. So that pride for Phil Bradley, who was with the Tigers in the 70s, still carries.
Yeah, I turned it on. I forgot they were playing. I turned it on, and Georgia was up by 7 or 8 in the early second half. I go, oh my God, we're going to lose again. Then I looked at Georgia's record. They were 1 in 16 in the SEC.
This is a team that can get hot in the SEC tournament.
Who did they beat? Missouri earlier in the year?
Probably.
I think you put a big taste on them in the SEC tournament, though.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
Tam Avenue Capital Partners is bleeding from the Mike Krzyzewski play. Oh, my God. And then I get up yesterday morning, and I'm like, well, the Blues are going to bounce back after the debacle against, do you call them Laissez Isle?
I don't really know.
Just for the French Canadians who live in
There's not many.
New York, Long Island. And I'm like, I bet the number's going to be Blues. You know, the Devils suck. The Blues will bounce back. The number will have to be minus 175 or higher. And then I see it's minus 130. Well, so then I start texting people who know a hell of a lot better than me about hockey. And I go, is there something going on? Is there a health situation with the Blues? And Perron missed on Saturday, but that was a COVID thing. And nobody could really figure out the reason. And then Perron was announced that he was going to be in. And I'm going, okay, this is just too weird. So I didn't bet a lot on it. I bet a small taste on it. And then I got shipped on that one, too. So I'm
Good weekend for you.
I'm looking for some side projects. I want to host more shows.
Those Sunday afternoon games are always like a coin flip.
Yeah, I think you never know. The boys were able to manage one shot in the second period, and that's about what you want against a team with the 28th ranked defense in the NHL. But maybe the boys had a nice little time in New York.
Yeah,
and then we'll see. Now, you got a big one when you see Ottawa on the schedule, Doug. You circle it, and when you get a chance to host them, you circle it.
Sure you do. Yeah.
So if it's that lethargic tomorrow night against the Senators, I don't know what the hell to make of it. That second period was alarming. And you just know for how fast New Jersey plays and for the Blues' problems in overtime. And I think they've won either 1 or 2 games in overtime this year. It's really bad. That was just the perfect set. I mean, I tried to go and bet my money back before the overtime period started, and I couldn't get it.
Couldn't retrieve.
No, because I'm just like, this is not a good situation. This isn't a good matchup.
Did the game go to overtime?
It did indeed.
I didn't see the game.
It did indeed.
I'm sure
If it
Craig Ruby wasn't happy, but as I understand it, after the game they handed out Blues hoodies and everyone got one. So
except for who?
At least, well, I think everyone got one.
Torrey Krug didn't get one.
He singled one guy out.
Well,
so,
that guy would be pissed off, wouldn't he?
Yes, he would be. Rightfully so.
I'm not pissed off. Doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Well, you can get yours, Iggy, if you would like. And Doug will give you 5% off if you go to TMA STL Shop.
5% off this one that was given to me.
You're turning profit. Maybe that's what I need to do to recoup my losses.
$35.
TMASTLShop.com. That's where you can get these wonderful hoodies. And then last night, Mike Flanagan, Iggy introduced us, and Kim, the handle, TMASTLShop.com, he sends over more shirts that he's created over the weekend. And didn't he have a huge...
He's in Vegas.
For what is the Masters of Bowling, isn't it?
Well, not really. It's the World Series of Bowling where they just, since they have no money, they bowl 6 tournaments in 1 week. They just kind of cram them into 1 week out in Vegas.
So they don't have to travel.
Doug, you remember these shirts? Maybe, Iggy, you would remember. Remember the baseball bunch?
Oh, yeah.
Like Johnny Bench and Tommy Lasorda?
Yeah.
So he has created the same kind of font with the morning after. You got the black and gold, you got the blue and yellow, you got the gray, and then you got the red and white.
Ooh, red and white.
That red and white looks sharp, and he wasn't sure if the red and white worked. I said, red and white's bee's knees, baby. So
He's got to
keeps
know.
creating these things, and that's there along with the TMA St. Patrick's Day hoodies and T-shirts, TMASTLShop.com, and this Mike Flanagan and Kim, and Jackie Bowling, for that matter.
Jackie was out in Vegas. I said, you need to have Kim send him some shirts out there. You're going to be there a week. Have Jackie Bowling wear one. Have my buddy Jason Belmonte, the greatest bowler in the world, wear one. That would be good promotion for us.
Doug, the John Rahm of the bowling community.
He is.
Who says you can't manufacture anything in this country? I mean, this fella Flanagan, he cranks
those
them out.
hoodies are like just unreal, like feel, and I love them.
Well, you still have time. March 17th. What's the day? The 6th, 5th, 4th?
7th. I got it 7th on my scorecard.
So you got 10 days to get it. So reach out to Mike and get these. And I want to see if there's a St. Patrick's Day parade in St. Louis. I don't know if we have one or not.
Dogtown. Dogtown, baby. Dogtown, baby. We gets down, baby. For the crown, baby. Dogtown, baby.
Yeah, when we had our studios in Webster, or in down in Hampton, we would see some of them out there. Yeah, plenty of time. Order one from Mike and Kim, and I would like to see the Dogtown Parade lined with TMA green hoodies.
Well, you would.
Yep.
Yes.
I would expect it.
Afloat.
The show is, as far as ratings go on HD2 stations, very strong in Dogtown.
Mm-hmm.
The signal penetrates Dogtown.
And if you have a group or family, if you got a family of 4, order 3 of them so they become a hot commodity. So everybody wants one more than they did before. It's like how the NFL leaves one network out of the NFL games, drive the price up for the others.
Look, I know they're not cheap, so I get it. Save the money. And Jackson's correct. I don't wear hoodies. Now, if I would have gotten a hoodie, I'd have probably given it to Learn anyway, so what does it matter?
You would have given the hoodie to Learn.
Probably.
The Learn first. Learn mentioned 725.
Well, we have to pay her back for the cutout, so I'll have to...
You have to mention her.
Give her something.
She's coming in for my podcast this week on Wednesday.
Oh, is she really?
We're going to talk it over. We're going to figure this whole thing out.
Starting to meet the Hubbards?
Meet the Hubbards, yes.
What if she comes in already wearing one of these hoodies?
Oh, my goodness.
Like everyone else in the building was given one.
Marketing.
I really don't.
I've never seen Iggy in a hoodie.
No, I've never. I had one in my life, and it's because it fits so perfectly. It was my little sister's, actually. It was from her sorority.
You wore a sorority sweatshirt?
Yeah, I did. And I took it down to Bermuda because when it got a little chilly in November, December down there, chilly being 60-something. But I would wear it, and it fit perfectly. It wasn't tight. It was a little baggy and loose, and the the hood fit perfectly, and I had that. But since then, I've not found a hoodie that fits. They're all too tight. Even the large are too tight. They don't. I don't know. I like things baggy, so I probably wouldn't have worn it anyway, Flanagan.
So now you're talking directly to Mike, who's listening in Las Vegas.
I'm sure.
It sounded almost like a shot.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
It's not Mike anymore. It's Flanagan.
No, they're good looking. So go out and pick some up. Maybe I will, since I don't have one.
You got a bonus tee. You got the Plowsy on top shirt.
Oh, man. Talk about ingrateful.
Wouldn't you think he'd give that to Plowsy since his name's on it?
Well, it's a large, and I assume Plowsy would swim in that.
Yeah, and I already have one.
He's taller than me.
Doug, a lot of people are wondering who sponsors the 7 o'clock hour. I'll give you the answer. It's Munkin' Jamie Burkhardt and Clayton Patterson, online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. And the experiences so many of our listeners have had with Munkin' why they are the official automotive provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Go online at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com, and you will see their new car selection, their pre-owned selection, and, of course, you are more than welcome to contact me if you would like an introduction to Jamie Burkhardt or Clayton Patterson. I did that on Saturday morning, I see, was my most recent one. Email me, T. McKernan at tmastl.com, or you can reach out on a variety of different social media platforms. And you'll be working with Munkin', the best in the business, stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com. Ryan Kelly is also the best in the business, longtime title sponsor of this radio presentation.
Well, he is simply the best, and he can save you enough money that you could go to Munkin' and get yourself an Acura or a Toyota just for the money that you save by refinancing. The rates are still low. They're going up. They're going up, but they are still low. So if you've not refinanced in recent years, there's still time to get in there, get that rate down, and save tons of money. Ryan Kelly and his fabulous team can show you how to do that. You ought to follow Ryan on social media. He's all over the place on Facebook and Instagram. And got some business updates on there to keep you updated there. Rates continue to be low. He makes it so easy, 21-day closing guarantee. They've also got special loans. They got the teacher appreciation loan. If you're a teacher and you refi or you get an original loan, he'll give you a $500 gift card when you close. Same if you're a union worker. How about the Veterans Administration loan they've got? If you qualify, the VA loan program is the best option out there. You can buy a house with no money down. You can cash out, refi up to 100% of your home's appraised value. At HeroLoan.com, they cover your appraisal and close your VA loan in as little as 14 days. Whether you're refinancing a loan or buying a new home, visit HeroLoan.com. In any case, go to thehomeloanexpert.com and see all that Ryan Kelly and his fabulous staff have to offer. Thank you, Rye. Thank you, Sir Mortgage.
Jackson, can you tell us about Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies?
I'd be more than happy to, Tim. Mark Hanna is the best in the business when it comes to financial planning for the future. That's what Mark Hanna does, and he does it well because he is a wonderful human being, an outstanding human being even. You give Mark Hanna a call, he sets you up, he says, what are your goals? Where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years? Where do you want to put your money? What is your current situation? And from there, he helps you pick a plan, lets you do it on yourself, educates you on that plan, and every 6 months to a year, he'll shoot you a text or a call, and you just talk it over, make some adjustments if things change, and you'll be happy as a clam because Mark Hanna is the best in the business. So if you don't have anybody, if you don't have a plan, don't do that. Call Mark Hanna today. He'll get you straightened out. And if you already have someone, I suggest making the switch because Mark really is that good.
Mark Hanna, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. It's our Munkin' 7 o'clock hour, and you are welcome to get involved on the show by texting in. EDF text inbox 314-881-TMA5. You are also welcome to email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com, and call in to the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone line 636-900-4TMA. That's 636-900-4TMA. And get involved here on what is really an award-winning radio presentation from the Michelob Ultra studios. They're not happy this morning in the YouTube chat over...
What's the beef?
No, you did Plowhawk. Did you just make a masturbatorial gesture? I caught it out of the corner.
Yeah, you guys. We're trying. It's Monday. Or what are they mad at?
That could be a T-shirt for Mike, or as he's now
We're
known,
trying.
Flanagan.
Flanagan, yeah.
Lindsay.
We're trying it. They're not happy with my mic.
What's wrong with your mic?
Chris Mack says it's like Tim's mic is not on. Pot him up.
I can assure you his mic is on.
I mean,
Doug, is my mic on?
It looks like it is.
Yeah, it's good. It's probably one of your speakers in your beer.
In your beer?
No,
I will say, when you turn your head, it is kind of hollow.
It's like Tim's mic is not on. That's from Chris Mack. And then Dan in Wentzville said the mic seemed very sensitive today. I could hear Iggy setting down Gus coffee a minute ago.
Here, I'll do it again.
Nice coffee.
There it is.
Yeah, I had to go back and check it because I made a pot, went down to smoke, came up, it was almost empty.
Oh, you got it.
What happened? Someone stole your coffee now.
No, I wasn't sure if, because they re-hooked up the coffee pot when they did the kitchen. And I was wondering if maybe it wasn't filling all the way up. You know,
Sure.
you make a pot and only fills up a third of the way.
Well, yeah.
So I filled up my coffee, and then I made another pot, and then I went in there, and it is filled to the top. So
Is there a fresh pot in there?
it is fresh pot.
grab
Just
some.
made it.
Jackson's leaving now.
A
He's not
fresh
even tending to
pot.
my microphone.
What do you have to do? What goes into making this fresh pot from someone who hasn't made a pot of coffee in his lifetime?
Well, they have the Hubbard has the Folgers already pre-packed filters.
Yeah, sure.
So all you do is you just take the tongs, you take one out of there, you throw it in the thing, hit a button, and you don't have to put water in it. It's hooked up to a water supply. So you just
How do you do?
click a button, and it brews in about 2 seconds.
Okay.
Bill is home.
So I go out and smoke and come back, and it's usually full, but
In this case, someone had drank 2/3 of the coffee already.
well, that's fine. It's what's there for. It's for
Well, sure.
everybody.
Who do you think drank it?
Well, I don't know, because when I got to smoke, it was right about 7, and that's when all the other stations are taking breaks. So if you want a coffee, you come out at the break, and there's a fresh pot. That's fine. That's what it's there for. I didn't mind making another pot.
I wished I liked coffee. Smells good, looks like it would taste good. God, it's awful. God, it's horrible.
I look
Why?
forward to mine every morning.
I could use the caffeine, pick me up, all that. Everything. It's even kind of good for you.
If you get the right coffee, I mean,
Yeah, you can get something more in line with your taste buds. You know,
I like hot chocolate. I like cocoa.
you know what you should get? You should buy a Keurig.
Got one.
Well, then you don't drink that? You get all kinds of
really.
tutti frutti coffees there.
I don't want tutti frutti coffee. I don't want anything kind of coffee. I
It's
hate
got
coffee.
chocolate mocha. It's got amaretto cream.
But it's all coffee, isn't it?
Yes, but it tastes good. You said
Tastes
you don't like the taste of it.
horrible. It tastes horrible.
Do you like anything bitter, Doug?
Not really.
Well, there you go.
What do you drink, Tim?
What do you mean?
Coffee-wise, what is your choice? Just regular?
Yeah, I just drink black coffee.
I'm going to bring in some Blue Mountain
Oh, wow.
and try
Oh, look at
that.
this. I'm getting a treat.
Ooh, Blue Mountain's tasty.
I only
I'm just
drink,
very
I'm gonna
happy
be
with
left
it.
out.
I only drink it on weekends because it's very expensive.
What is it? I don't even know what the hell. I can't
It's
even picture
Jamaican
what it is.
coffee.
No, I'm talking about. You drink Pete's, maybe? Would that
Ooh,
be?
pizza's good.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what we drink.
That's what I drink,
PET.
too. A friend of the show, listener to the show, is he works for Pete's, and he gave me a whole box of like 20 different types of Pete's coffee.
Male listener to the show. Kind of surprising.
I'll bring some of that into you, too.
Doug, mix hot chocolate and coffee. It is the bee's knees. That's
Is
an
it?
Eric, and he's in the Central West End.
I've heard of people doing that.
Maybe I'd
and they
try
like
that.
it.
I've never tried that either. It would be a good combo.
I'm listening on the TMA app, and Tim's voice sounds heavenly. That's from Big Saggers.
I agree.
Big saggers.
It's a radio show. How can this third-rate production staff not have the microphones working properly? That's literally your only job, you
They're
dolts.
working
That's
fine.
from Harrison's brother.
They
Matt.
love saying things are our only job. Like, you can't have 3 different things be your only job.
Well, and the mics
Dummies.
are working.
Is it possible the mics are different on YouTube as opposed to the app, as opposed to regular streaming?
Could very well be the case.
But all you have is one pot. You turn it on and you put the pot at the right level, and that's about all you can do.
Again,
Bingo.
it's a
there's 4
situation where
pots.
randomly pressing buttons and turning knobs in these types of scenarios, that doesn't help anything. Like, if anything, I'm going to make it worse.
Beer Cat says he is listening, and my mic sounds a bit hollow at times.
Oh, now I think they're making it up.
And he's listening on HD2 in his car.
They're making
Well,
it
you
up.
shouldn't be texting while you drive.
Nice.
Yeah.
No,
You got a lot of pots there and buttons in front. Don't you think you could hit fewer buttons than that and fly a commercial airliner?
No, it's not. This is very, once you get to know it, I'm sure it's just like flying an airplane.
Is that right? Okay. I mean, you got a computer to the left of you, computer to your right, and all these buttons right in the middle.
Yeah, but I will say...
Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
No.
If a mic goes out, a mic goes out. But if something goes wrong in an airplane, then you got yourself a situation. So I would say
Yeah.
the pressure level is a little different.
We've crashed and burned here, but it's a different sort of crash.
It makes for good radio.
Yeah.
I think you sound fine, Tim.
Thank you.
Nice going, Tim. You sound fine.
Thank you for the delicious compliment.
In general.
Doug, we welcome people to get involved. You know, criticisms, constructive.
There have been a few. And yet again, too few to mention.
You're welcome to send them in and email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. And for the month of March, Brian Henshin is leading. Can you have Cletus in February and then Brian Henshin in Borch? It could happen.
Wow.
He's leading here as we head to March 7th. Brian Henshin in the lead. Timmy Tom with a win. Misty Plops with a win as well. Send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. I didn't understand this, so I want to read it. I know he's a friend of the show. Bill Madden, his Twitter account, bmadden1954. Explain this to me. What a business. I'm told MLB higher-ups and owners outraged over the lead baseball writer for one of their TV partners, ESPN's Jeff Passan, emailing multiple players and agents imploring them to vote down what he termed MLB's, quote, S sandwich final offer last Tuesday. Do you follow that?
I read that yesterday. I said, this can't possibly be the case.
So
right? Jeff Passan is telling the players to turn
right.
it down?
Okay, that's what I read it as. And they're mad at Passan? Is that the proper read on what was a
That's how I took it, yeah.
Tweet?
As they should be, I guess, if one of the journalists or reporters is telling the players to vote against it. What?
Has Bill Madden responded to them?
Bill Madden, for the record, writes for New York Daily News and he's Hall of Famer. He's got
First of all, why would
J.G. Taylor Spink Award?
If it's true, why would Jeff Passan believe that he has that kind of influence?
Bill Passan, isn't it?
Jeff Passan.
Bill's his father.
Yeah.
Why would he?
In-law.
That's stepping over the line, isn't it? And why would the players pay any attention to him anyway?
Now, Doug, you know Jay Reisinger, don't you?
I don't.
He's a sports attorney representing athletes in crisis management, disciplinary proceedings, salary arbitration, and litigation matters. Opinions are my own. He said, this is pure fantasy. It's unfortunate that Madden falls for it. And then Madden says, fell for what, Jay? He admitted it. That's with regards to the Passan story.
Okay. Isn't that bizarre that a writer, reporter would do that? I mean, really bizarre.
Yeah.
It's one thing for Ken Rosenthal to criticize the commissioner on the MLB network. You know, that's fair game. He paid for it with his job.
And the players have a players' union. You know, they have enough information themselves. I don't think they need Jeff Passan to make that final decision for them.
No.
I think these players and their union are smart enough to look and read in between the lines on these, you know, final offers and whatever the Major League Baseball.
Madden's follow-up was, this is now looming as a fight to the death, at least on the player side. More games are going to be canceled on Monday. He tweeted this 14 hours ago. Considering the state of the game on the field, this is going to be worse than 1994. See you in May, if then. And then he followed up by saying, I feel sorry for all those unsigned free agents, many of whose careers are now going to be over. Bill Madden. B. Madden, 1954 on the Twitter tweets. New York Daily News.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals will probably lose their home opener today. That was the next game on their schedule. It wouldn't surprise me at all if it takes till May now to play, because we're getting into mid-March, 7th of March today. So they'd be hard-pressed to get it going. If they solved it today, I don't think they could get it going before the middle or late April.
Jackson asked me on Timon Boy for one of his questions in his Friday Parlay, which is an award-winning segment.
Is that a bit?
It's a sketch. It's actually a sketch.
Turning into a bit.
If I thought that this was 10 days ago, if I thought the season would start by Memorial Day, and I scoffed at him. Memorial Day. I said, I don't think they'll start on time, but Memorial Day. And now I'm going, well, I don't know, on this Memorial Day thing. I think we might need to settle in for the long haul.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if the whole thing is not around in 2022?
No, I just can't believe that would be the case. Some of these things turn on a dime, though.
Who caves, though?
But the meeting over the weekend is,
not good.
It wasn't good. I mean, the players aren't going to budge, and they said that the offer they came back with was just atrocious, even worse than the initial offer. So they aren't even close.
I saw something today, and who knows what to believe anymore. I saw it on Twitter. Said they had agreed to eliminate the shift and for bigger bases.
Yes.
I don't understand necessarily the bigger bases.
And for robotic umpires and
so
23.
The bigger bases is about those collisions at first base in particular. And
how could one side be against it if you think it's going to make the game safer? Who would care?
And then what else did they agree to, you're saying, Doug?
Banning the shift.
Oh, banning the
shift, and I think the 14-team playoff
And
again?
the clock.
Well, yeah,
pitch clock.
Pitch clock. I'd love to see the pitch clock.
Yeah, that was the one that I loved.
As far as the bases, and I've said this before, I don't think the bases are too small. I think they're made of the wrong material. The bases are too hard. The bases should be a bag like it was in the old days. How many times have you seen somebody jump to get on the base and blow out a hamstring or something because they're hitting a hard base, or it gets wet and they slip on it, or they try to slide and they go right over it because there's nothing to grab? It should be a loose bag, a pillow type thing, so you don't get hurt sliding into it. So if you slide,
I wonder why they changed it from them. Do you remember when that was changed?
You slide in head first, you don't break your thumbs. How many times have we seen that? Somebody break a finger or a wrist sliding head first and hitting that hard bag? It should be a soft pillow.
I think
it should be a bag.
I think with the old bags, you couldn't get the metal thing in there and put it in the ground without a harder base.
Well, you could have a plate with the metal pole going down into it, and then the top of the bag could be soft, something to grab onto, so when you slide the second, you don't slide right off of it, and so you don't twist your ankle when you hit it too hard.
And if you have to put the bag back on there every now and then, if that's like the biggest inconvenience, there's already a ton of dead time in baseball games anyway.
Take a second.
Take 2 seconds to put that.
Guys, one of my favorite childhood memories was walking into Busch Stadium for the first time. 30 years later, I really don't care about baseball anymore. And it's kind of sad. That's from the Hunchback of Von Castle. The 815 sends in Carl Ravitch, who is a dog avatar, by the way, of ESPN.
That's funny.
And he said, it is becoming increasingly apparent that we may not have a Major League Baseball season in 2022. Both sides believe they have made significant concessions to the other. Each side points at the other as having not done nearly enough. As has been reported, the word of the day is deadlock. That's from Carl Ravitch, the voice of Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN.
It's the age-old problem that the more money you have, the harder it is to get along, to agree, to be happy.
I think it is funny, though, the optics of, the owners saying, it's not as profitable as you think, and then Ricketts and that family trying to buy Chelsea Football Club for billions of dollars.
Yeah.
So just like the optics of, I think, both sides. I'm not saying the players are not at fault, but
it's both.
Can
you imagine dialing back the clock 30 years and telling the players who had similar issues then, they didn't always get along with the owners then, 30 years ago, and telling them, well, just wait till 2022, the average salary will be over $4 million a year. And you owners who are upset right now, just wait. The average franchise value will be about $2 billion a year. They go, fantastic. But then you fast forward to now, and they're so unhappy they might not even play at all.
They're profit on
They've
both
made
ends.
that much more money, and they're so unhappy now they're finally going to have to take a stand because things are so horrible. The franchises are only worth $2 billion, and the average player's only making about $4 million. You can't continue. You can't expect either side to go on with those conditions.
Well, the average salary is $4 million, but the median salary isn't near there. Probably under $1 million.
I don't know about that.
I read 70% of Major League Baseball does not make over $1 million. I think the average is skewed by your $40 million contract. I think that's the player's main thing, is that our league minimum is less than any other professional sport, major professional sport.
Well, in almost any job, the people that just got there aren't going to make the money that the
For sure, but
stars
it
are
takes
making.
too long to make some really good cheddar. And then they manipulate it. I don't know. It seems like, in my opinion, it's all...
A lot of them have already made cheddar before they get to the major leagues.
Nice.
In terms of their $1 million signing bonuses.
I know football's totally different. I mean, you only play 17 games. You only have 90-something, 100 on the roster, whatever it is, 70-something dress out. And when you get drafted, you pretty much are going to start if you're in the first round. But does Major League Baseball really need 15 minor league teams?
No, they don't. They don't.
And you're paying all those. Granted, a lot of them aren't making any money.
But
But the draft is every year, and you draft 80 players, and you have 14, 15 minor league teams around the world. I know that's a lot of money, but do you really need that many? How many of these guys are going to make it to the majors anyway?
No, they don't. I don't know how many players they have. 150 or so in the minor league system. I'm sure they could get by with 75, and not have those 3 teams in the podunk towns. And yet, that's been a big part of Americana for years. Is a lot of these small towns love their minor league teams. It's jobs for people. A lot of the players have very little chance of ever getting to the major leagues, but it's still a hard call to tell some of these small towns, listen, we know you've been a minor league city here for 70 years, but we're going to shut it down.
You're telling these major cities that we're not playing baseball because we can't get an agreement, so you're without baseball.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that that's the ultimate reason why they're not going to have baseball this year is because there's too many minor league teams. But I agree with you.
I'm just looking at one thing.
I don't think they need all those minor league teams. I think I don't know the exact number, how many players the Cardinals have in their minor league system. I'm guessing it's 130, 150 or so. And the Cardinals could probably tell you that there's about 10 to 15 that have a legitimate shot to be difference makers in the major leagues. They could probably identify them right now.
Baseball's dumb.
It's dumb or done?
You can't draft the best players. Like, their draft is so weird. It's based upon a pool of money. So, you're not even drafting best available player, arbitration, like 6 years before you can make any money. Those are the things that you need to change immediately, and they should have changed that years ago. Pay the minor leaguers more, start their clock earlier so you don't need as many minor leaguers because, like, you don't need a Palm Beach Gardens, low A affiliate team. You just don't need that. Start the clock immediately, have the guy get paid at 21, 22 years old, and that freshens up the game. It gets the youth in there, and then market the hell out of your players. Stop the blackouts. I mean, there's easy fixes, but they won't do that.
No, but there's a ton of youth out there. There's no shortage of people playing Little League baseball. College baseball is thriving. There's a lot of
youth
people
in
playing
major
baseball.
leagues, having a Ronald Acuna. Like, the game is really fresh with young superstar talent.
Yeah.
It's just marketing that has been a real challenge for Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Has anything been written about, and I know he works for the teams and the owners, how the owners feel about Manfred? Because I know the players just assumed he was gone, but I don't know how the owners feel about him.
I do not know, sir.
I don't know. I assume that he's not making all these decisions on his own, that the owners are telling him, here's our stance, you're just a spokesman.
Yeah, he's working on behalf of the owners.
Yeah. So if they don't like him, they'd get rid of him. If he were out there representing things that is not what the owners want, he'd have been gone.
No, true, but I don't think he's a very good commissioner.
Well, he doesn't like the game of baseball, so that's a tough one.
What do you mean he doesn't like it?
He called the World Series trophy a hunk of metal.
Yeah,
it just seems like he's
that.
doing everything to, try to destroy the game. And he's doing a great job of that, but it just seems like you should probably like the game that you're the commissioner of.
I think he probably likes it. That was an unfortunate choice of words, and he apologized for that.
As he should.
Yeah.
Doug, 99.9% of players don't receive $1 million signing bonuses when they're drafted. They live on poverty salaries while riding buses and eating crap in the minors. Get your head out of my ass, but spit a little on the way out. That's from, he's in the neighborhood, little Tommy Tribbins.
That's not true. It's not true that 99% don't make any money. That's not true at all. A lot of them, for the first 10 rounds, they get a pretty good check. And the first couple rounds are instant millionaires. Those are the guys that get a longer chance in the minors because the club does have a lot of money invested in them. You have a bad year as a first-round draft pick, you're still going to hang around for a couple of years. You have a bad year as a 18th round draft pick, you're gone. You're done. It's over.
This C-level executive business discussion makes my rooster stiff. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville in Webster Grove.
He hasn't recovered from anything. He's not recovered.
I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, that's a compliment.
We'll take it. Hey, you heard a guy today, he got his rooster stiff.
Hey, guys, enough with this yucky sports talk and more about what that wispy-haired virgin boy did this weekend. That's from Big Tough.
Oh.
Doug, what did that wispy boy virgin do?
He could be talking about any of us, couldn't he? There's not a decent head of hair here.
Plowhawk's all right. Iggy's all right.
Beg your pardon. I'm not a virgin, so I'm out.
Oh, you were out?
You got kids, so you're out. Tim's got kids, he's out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Plowsy's had sex.
Oh, so you're...
I have one.
You're joining at 2 Brute eggs.
But that's what they They say, we know you're not a virgin, but they call you that.
Yeah, that's what they call me.
The question was, what the hell did you do this weekend?
Well, like I said,
doing?
I went to the SLU game and saw Plowboy there. I didn't. It was actually funny. My buddy was like, "Do you think Plowboy's here?" I was like, "I haven't." He didn't tell me he was coming. And then 2 seconds later, out
He appeared.
comes the B-Fib hoodie and.
You can
TMA
wish
hat.
the Plowhawk's presence into
It's like
reality.
Beetlejuice.
I love Chaffins. I feel like I live there.
Yeah, so it was great to see Plowsy. And then what I do yesterday? Shot some hoops with my brother yesterday, and then watched that Winning Time show.
No, I didn't watch it. How was it?
I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's super entertaining, but it's very Adam McKay. Like
Doug, it's very Adam McKay.
You can tell
what
he
that's supposed
uses
to mean.
like all of the stuff that he does in his previous films are all in there. It's very you can tell who made it, and I like that.
So good.
Yes, yeah, very entertaining. I'm looking forward to that being my Sunday nights now.
Nice.
Because Succession was kind of my Sunday nights, and now.
So it's more than one.
It's a series, yeah.
Okay.
How many sods, bro?
I don't know. They're an hour long a piece. I'd have to assume 8 or 9.
Yeah, wait till it's over and watch them all at once.
There you go. Yeah, I really like it.
Okay.
By the way, Doug, 142,000 for 10th round draft picks. I think that's
That's
total
not
salary.
bad
That's not
for some high school kid. For some high school kid who just got signed for 142,000
I'm
up
not saying
front.
either way. I just
Sign
wanted
me
to
up.
give you that information.
Stephen Wildwood with an invite. Jackson, get your ass down to Ballpark Village the next nice day. It was a pony Saturday afternoon. I'll give you a fob, and you can get laid in the spare bedroom. That's from Steve in Wildwood.
Oh.
Word. Book it.
Oh, all
Was
right.
it a pony? Is downtown bars picking up?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pony, obviously,
Good.
last weekend.
I did see there was a murder on Washington Avenue Saturday night. I did see
I
that.
don't know anything about that, but I do know that.
Nice
Other
pivot.
than that,
Nice pivot, Jackson.
I just don't want to implicate myself. I wasn't there.
Every city this weekend had a murder at some point. You just kind of pick out one.
But when I'm
well, it's the bar district.
I've never gone out on Washington Avenue, to be honest with you.
More like the Boar District now.
Soulard or Central West End area.
Grove.
I think Grove's fun. Get a gramophone afterwards. Get yourself a sandwich. Over 3 a.m.
A lot of bi-curious guys at the Grove.
And they're curious. You can tell just by the look on their face they're curious.
Just by
they have
my
a look like, I wonder what's happening here.
I'm
What's
at the
going
Grove
on?
quite often. I'm just saying my experience is you can definitely find a lot which, that you desire in the kink world there at the Grove.
A lot that you desire in the kink world.
Harrison's brother Master says, so you went to a SLU basketball game, shot hoops, and watched a movie. Wow, what a week.
That was the gist of it.
That's not a
Did
bad
some
little
other
week.
things.
Sounds amazing for me. I love it.
I had a great time. It was a good weekend for me.
Were there any ladies involved?
I mean, we kind of went to a little bar and drank after the SLU game. But
What bar, baby? What bar?
Bar and grill, really. It was La Katrina right there on
La Katrina.
Delore and I guess Eichelberger. Maybe,
69?
Oh, you were on my turf.
It was right next to DB.
You're trying to pick up DeBerg girls?
Nice, Doug.
Is that what you were doing?
No.
Isn't our porn star named that?
Who's that?
69? La Katrina 69?
Isn't it La Serena?
La Serena, but that's not bad. Yeah, I'm a big fan of hers. Like La Serena 69. As far as a name, if I were her agent, I would have pulled her aside. But no, that is the name, and now they've named bar in South City after her.
Yeah, after listening to the show.
That's correct. Guys, I Ubered again this weekend. MVC girls were out taking on the town. Thanks. That's from the 815.
MVC girls are here for the tournament.
When does that start? This week? Right?
Gav is looking for some Drake Strange.
I think it's done, isn't it?
Is it done?
Yeah.
It's over. Loyola clipped Drake in the championship.
How about Missouri State, too?
I think they lost in the first round.
I think they've got over 20 wins, but...
Do they? I don't know.
In that conference, you need...
I just happened to see a little of that game yesterday.
I haven't been paying attention to college basketball. I apologize.
Sister Jean was here at 102 years old.
She was. Yep. She's high on this ball club, too.
Yeah. Wouldn't you like to still be going to college basketball games when you're 102 years old?
Nope, I would like to hang it up.
But the fact that
I don't
she's
think
still
I
out
need
and
that
around, that's why she's reached 102. She's still active.
She's fantastic.
There's a chance Sister Catherine Patricia's real, and she is texting in.
Did you know there was a Dr. Beyonda Avenue?
Not much out of that.
This is the eye doctor with the smoke show.
Yeah, did you know
employees?
that?
No.
It's literally great. Because I had MapQuest on, we were actually going to Chaffetz, so I was going like the quickest way. So I took Grand.
Oh, did you?
And it said take a left on Dr. Beyonda Way.
Oh,
Nice.
my.
Look at what's happened for Dr. Beyonda.
Did it really? Where the hell is Dr. Beyonda?
It's on Grand off of 44. Like once you take Grand, you take a left. That's
Like north?
that
You go
part of
north?
Grand. No, yeah.
By St. Louis University Hospital.
Yeah. And you take
Maybe
a
about
left.
maybe about a portion of the highway.
Isn't that crazy?
It's right in there.
Beyonda Lane or Way, or it cracked me up.
This guy's a big hitter.
Turn on your MapQuest when you take Grand there off of 44, and if you don't believe me,
That's what happens when you're mentioned on the show.
I was thinking the exact same thing. It's like, what a find.
He got a nice mention that he had smoke show employees, and the next thing you know, they're naming streets after him.
Big streets.
Well, and
Grand
also the
is
fact
big.
that he does great work. And my glasses are perfect.
Okay.
That was super weird how you said that.
Well, congrats to Doc. Get a highway named after you.
Tim, you would not like La Katrina. It's on the quote-unquote other side of Hampton. That's from the Wilmore Park.
Oh, is it
There's
really?
not a bad
East
place
side
on
of Hampton? I don't know.
It was good. Good Mexican food.
The
Doug
hill is
gets,
on the east side of Hampton. That's kind of fun.
Eichelberger and Delora, is that what you said, Jackson?
I think it was Hampton and Delore.
Hampton and Delore.
Right.
I mean,
Next
that's
to
like
Eichelberger, next to
quarter
DB.
mile from where I grew up.
It was cool. It was good food. Hung out.
And the ladies, you're looking for MVC Strange.
Yeah, I was desperately looking for someone from Bradley.
Were you?
Hey.
Jackson, you should have shown up to my diaper party at Helen's. A lengthy Golden Tee marathon during the afternoon turned into sticking around for the witching hour when the 39-year-old women from broken marriages with Xanax dependencies go out for the night with their mothers who had the exact same issues. It's from Carlos Spicy and Doug. That was so descriptive.
It really was.
Text me next
and
time.
it probably
I'll come
hit
through.
awfully close to home to a lot of the gals.
Golden Key and diaper parties.
I didn't know what was going on. I mean, that's not that far from where I live. And I love those wingies.
That Helen's is packed every night. I drive by it every day, 2 or 3 times. It's always packed.
They need to add a big buck. My problem this weekend was I really wanted to play Big Buck Hunter.
Oh, you did? You just woke up saying, I must
And you're
play
making fun of
Big Buck Hunter.
making fun of Jackson's weekend.
Well, no, me and Madison on Saturday night played gin rummy and went to bed at like 9.
Hey, baby.
Oh, well.
Progressive.
That's just what they do in the retirement homes.
Well, did you get to play it?
No, I couldn't find
No.
in the city, I'm sure, no offense to the county, I'm sure once you go to that Jeffco, you're finding 4 or 5 bars each block that have a couple big buck hunt machines. But I couldn't find one in the city. And I thought
So you went
Helen's
bar
might
to
have
bar
one.
looking for one, or you make phone calls? How do you know?
Went to 2 bars and then I started Googling, but that didn't work. What bars had big buck
I don't think they
hunt.
promote that in their bars. They come by for the buck hunter.
Maybe you could go to like
Should.
Chuck E. Cheese or someplace like that where they got a bunch of those
It's almost
games.
too young.
I think the Post right next to us has a Big Bug Hunter,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. They definitely have a Pop-A-Shot and Golden Tee.
Can't you play that on your phone? I'm sure there's an app for that.
Yeah, but you want to hold the actual
You want
weapon.
to hold the gun. You want that feel of people looking at you when you get that.
Yeah. It's an app for DJ.
Is that right?
If you nail like a 6-pointer.
Wow.
My weekend is pretty uneventful as well.
Yeah. I had a moment of I don't know if it's just a senior moment or what, but I was driving this beautiful Highlander, courtesy of the people at Munganess, Toyota Highlander, got out of the car and then tried to lock it. I said, "Come on, lock! It won't lock." Oh no! Have I broken it? It's a fantastic car. Have I done something broken? And I'm locking. It won't lock. I get back in it. I realize I hadn't turned the car off. It makes no noise. It makes no sound at all. I'm standing right outside of it, and I had no idea that the car was on. That's how wonderful this car is, and how stupid I felt.
We'll have that problem with my CRV. You definitely know it's on.
This car makes no sound.
Well, they're not happy in the engineer design facilities text inbox about a wide variety of things. Tim, why do your producers want to play at arcades instead of drinking bourbon and having sex? That's much back up on
I've already had sex.
I clipped that off. And then they're really not happy. A lot of the Billikens, rah, 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 are not happy with, I don't know who said they saw Dr. Biondo Way, but it's Father Biondi Way.
Oh, that's different. Yes. He bought up half the land there and built half of what is now St. Louis University.
They are really not happy. In
my defense, it's very. I mean, that was so similar.
Yeah, he's Mr. Billiken.
You saw FR and thought it was DR.
No, it didn't say it. Like the GPS lady said it. Like that's just grand. Like
she's never right.
She actually
It's
said
Father Biondi Way, named after a former president of SLU, not Iggy's eye doctor.
I'm sorry.
That makes all the sense in the world.
That makes a
So,
lot
hey,
of
man,
sense.
man.
Yeah.
I was wondering why on that particular right by SLU.
He's even the one that got Chaffetz to build Chaffetz Arena. He bought a lot of land down there and really changed that university a lot.
And yet they named it Dr. Biondo.
He's just as upset about it as he can be. He thought he should have gotten a little mention.
I feel terrible now.
Look, the GPS lady is never correct on the pronunciation of streets.
That is true.
Yeah, it's kind of tough with the French names in St. Louis and her trying pronouncing it. Shodo she struggles with, and
Gravois.
Carondelet, yeah.
Oh, River de Parent, the best. River de Prey.
Par for the course, the Jenna Fischer Reservation episode was playing before this morning's show. Today is her actual birthday. Did Iggy set her up real nice like for a reservation at Slay's Grantwood this past weekend? Just curious, thanks. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack. You know, as I came in here this morning, the Plowhawk was listening to it, and he goes, I've never heard this Jenna Fischer story.
Damn. I listened to the whole thing. I was sitting in here. I was like, wow.
It was during your self-furlough.
I wish I wouldn't have furlouged myself because that would have been
That was quality
a
stuff.
great segment to sit into.
You got a mouthful of food now.
What do you got, mini muffins? Oh, licorice.
Licorice.
The breakfast of champions.
That's what we're going.
That's
Red
just a
licorice?
stick of sugar, isn't it?
Is it red licorice, Flavia?
Yeah.
Yes.
Had a baby.
We're a Twizzler family.
Okay.
That's right. It's good stuff.
Well,
breakfast.
It was a great segment. Like, Iggy, you were on point. It was one of your best.
I have to say I'm a little disappointed in our single producers as well. One of them playing gin rummy and looking for a video game. The other one going to a coffee shop on Saturday night. I'm upset with the Deuce.
I think it was a coffee shop. I'm saving a little bit of bread right now because I'm moving at the end of the month. And
Look at this guy. He bought a house in,
really?
Town and Country? Is that where you are?
Yeah, no, North Huntley.
Huntley again.
I got an apartment in the Hill. And I'm saving money because I know my current apartment's going to slap me with a bunch of cleaning fees and all that nonsense at the end. So I'm saving up a little bit of money. So
You say on the hill?
Yes.
They have apartments on the hill?
Oh, yeah.
one
They're
of
building
those new ones?
No. It's not a new one, but they are building a huge complex of new apartments.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting a lot younger.
The Sandstone Group is doing that.
Yeah.
They took that old warehouse and finally got it knocked down, and they're building it. Boy, there's going to be at least, I would say, 1,000 new people moving into the Hill here
I
soon.
think more because there's another one, like, I think wasn't McBride and Sons or Holmes doing something in that area too? I thought it was.
Yeah.
I know maybe that company took over.
Would that have happened years ago? Wasn't there a time when you couldn't buy a house on the hill because the family would move out or go into a retirement home and the kids would get it? That's the only way you got a house down there, was it was handed down. There was no property whatsoever down there.
I don't know. Possibly.
That's what the
not for a few years.
That's what the Prosperries told me. We used to go down there and watch them play bocce ball at Rose's, and they would say, you can't get a place down here. It's handed down from generation to generation. Each house is lived in by the same family. There's no place you can't get a house down here. So
well, there may have been a time when that was the case. It hasn't been the case for a
because
while.
they don't want strangers coming into their neighborhood.
It's getting a lot younger.
Italian.
Yeah, they get a lot younger.
That'll be at the end of the month. So I'm saving up a little bit of money. And I'll be going out a bunch this upcoming weekend. So
you're going to be taking single ladies back to your chateau in St. Louis City on the Hill here shortly?
Yeah, I'd assume it's just going to be, a big influx.
Nice.
A big influx of women?
That's right.
Are there bars to hang out on the Hill proper that you can walk to?
Sure, Milo's Tavern.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Right, Milo's.
But that's not really a singles bar type place.
I think everyone just goes to Burrelli Cutlery and hangs out outside.
Is that what happens?
Oh, man. They should.
Yep.
They should.
If you put a patio out there, some tables, let everybody hang out there.
At Bertarelli?
Yeah.
Talk about their knife
Talk
sharpening.
about knives and gadgets and
Gizmos.
Gizmos.
Wusthof knives. You know.
Doug, this is when you
Are they on the list? They must be on the list. Boy, this Bertarelli, there may not be a classic singles
How long did it take us
bar.
to get you into it?
There may not be a singles bar proper on the hill, but if you want to go and meet fabulous women or, curious men, I think Bertarelli Cutlery is the place to go because everybody has knives and everybody likes their knives to be sharp and ready to go. And a lot of people have dull knives. So where do you go? You go to Bertarelli and you get them sharpened up. That's what they do. And that's where you meet people. Someone could become your significant other. Or you just do shopping up there in the front of the retail office. It's a beautiful little retail area they have with all kinds of fascinating and the latest kitchen gizmos and gadgets and a lot of Wusthof knives they have there. They are the master knife sharpeners of St. Louis. So next time you're down at the hill, and it sounds like Jackson's going to be there a lot, so he'll be hanging out at Bertarelli Cutlery quite often. If you'd like to meet Jackson, he'll be standing there, I think, shaking hands.
I agree.
Perhaps. I don't know that he'll be signing. I don't know that he'll be taking pictures, but Marco Bertarelli would certainly do that for you. He'll take great care of everyone. Here's his number, 314-664-4005. Or visit BertarelliCo.com to see all of their services. And when you check them out online at BertarelliCo.com, you can have this stuff shipped anywhere in the country. So if you're not living in St. Louis and you're thinking, gee, I would like to shop at Bertarelli, you can. You go online, BertarelliCo.com, and they will be thrilled to ship it to you. They also carry all kinds of office supplies, copy paper, office equipment, anything you might need at Bertarelli Supply. BertarelliCo.com is the website.
There it is. We are in our Michelob Ultra Studios, Superior Light Beer brewed for those who understand that it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Containing only 95 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs, Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra is the title sponsor of the Dotem and the Fan Page Club Championship. And Doug, on the other side of this commercial break, I have news. Excuse me?
What was I drinking this weekend?
Michelob Ultra. Doug, look at that. There's an image. Look at
Wow.
marketing.
Look at
Look at that. On the other side of the commercial break, the deepest of teases, because we have updates on both the Dotem and the Fan Page Club Championship, and we'll find out who won the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown as the players gathered in Orlando for the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
I don't even know.
This is going to be one hell of an appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour. Send your emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. Text in, EDF text inbox 314-881-TMA5, and you can join other friends of the Feather and the YouTube chat. More than 300 people gathered and just talking it over as they watch me and Doug look so naughty in our green. And you can get these hoodies and other new shirts now available at TMASTLshop.com. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
This St. Patrick's Day, celebrate with Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey. Drink as the Irish do, raising a dew and a brew and a toast to good friends and company. May you work like you don't need the money, like Jackson. Love like you've never been hurt, by Doug. Dance like no one is watching, like Ken. And live every day as if it was St. Patrick's Day, like Tim. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Glasses up to responsible drinking. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2021, William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
How about the summer in Reno? That sounds like an Elvis movie. That summer I spent in Reno.
Oh, it was a cluster F, is what it was.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was the only one that was 21. I just turned 21, I believe. And my other three friends that went with us, they were only 19 or 20. And my buddy's uncle ran the MGM Grand. So he said, if you want to come down for the summer, I'll get you guys jobs. So since I was the only one who was 21, I got to work in the casino, but I was a change runner. I was that guy you see walking around the slot machines with a sack full of silver dollars. And my other friends got to work at they were stagehands for Hallelujah Hollywood. So I would pilfer a buck off of the top every time I'd pour it into the thing. I'd take my thumb, pull a silver dollar off the top, and throw 19 bucks in there.
Oh, did you?
I was making a killing, those old ladies. Change, please. Okay, I'll dump them in here for you, honey. One off the top, 19 in. Because each one held 20 silver dollars. But anyway, we just spent our money on pot.
That's nice.
Now, I had this girlfriend that I hooked up with down there like the first week we were there. All of us picked up chicks to live with us, and they had duties. Like, mine was in charge of cleaning. Mark's was in charge of, like, shopping and cooking, and mine was so weird. She lived in the complex, but she stayed with us, and when she would go to her apartment, she would, like, float like a butterfly. She would, like, go down the sidewalk, flipping her arms. I'll be back. And she's, like, floating. I'm like, oh, look, God, I got a weirdo. But she cleans, so.
Can you explain this? So you guys show up and then they assign you girlfriends?
No, we found them. They were at the pool one day. The good thing about Hollywood is the girls had to be topless in the show, and they couldn't have tan lines, so they all laid out at our pool, topless.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
And there were always these little kids that as soon as the girls got into the pool, you see these like 4 or 5 kids just jump in the water with their goggles on.
Just listening and learning.
Okay.
So yeah, that was only for a summer. It was fun, but we didn't have a lot of money. We spent it all like smoking pot, and doing bong hits.
The money you stole, you use that to buy pot.
Pretty much, yeah, and the money we made. I mean, I already told the story that we would go to the grocery store and just steal. We're sticking pot roast in our coats and steaks. We had no money. So we just go to the supermarket and that's back before they had cameras, and we just stick rump roast in our pants and chips and hamburger and bread, and we just went in there and steal once a week.
You bacon-skinned boot face.
Yeah. So this guy who ran the MGM Grand was kind enough to get you guys jobs. Do you have any remorse about immediately using that job to steal?
I didn't know the guy. It was Randy's uncle, not mine.
Wait, how did you get the girls to clean for you? How'd that work?
They assigned them when they got there.
No, she liked to clean. She goes, I'll clean. Okay.
But how did you meet? You just met them at the pool, and they're like, I'll clean your house?
No, we met them at the pool, and we went out and had drinks, and we just hit it off. So they became girlfriends. It was pretty easy back then to get a girlfriend.
Sounds great.
Hey guys, stay well. So they had jobs. Mine was in charge of cleaning, and she didn't mind. And then she would float down to her own apartment like some little butterfly.
She must have had a lot going on to have her own apartment, but still stay with guys who assume that she would be in charge of the cleaning.
Well, I just told you, Kat, she would float to her apartment, so she didn't have all the marbles up there. She was missing a few. Well, the best was I didn't fly to Reno. A buddy of mine, I won't give names because one of them is kind of well known, so I won't give his name.
Oh, come on, initials at least.
No,
give us the initials of the
no,
guy.
I'm not.
CR.
But they had a
Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth?
No, they had the guy that I'm going to talk about, you don't know. The other guy you may. Anyway, they had a bowling tournament in Vegas, and they were going to drive. So I said, "Can I drive with you guys to the tournament?" And they said, "Yeah, but you got to stay 2 days," because then they were going to Reno after Vegas. So I said, "Okay, that's fine. I'll stay in Vegas for 2 days." So we get to Vegas, and my one buddy calls a hooker to the room. I said,
no.
I said, "You're not doing that, are you?" He goes, "Yeah, look, I found this pamphlet on the strip. It's got all the." I said, "There's thousands of them, man." He says, "Yeah, I just need to get laid." I said, "Whatever, I'll go down and gamble." So the hooker shows up. I go down to gamble. I said, "How much time do you need?" I said, "How many hours did you buy?" He goes, "Just an hour." I said, "Okay." So I go down and gamble for a little bit, come back up, and he's on the bed weeping. I said, "Was it that good?"
I love her, man.
I said, "Was it that good?" He goes, "She rolled me."
She robbed him.
He went to the bathroom. He came out, and his wallet and everything was gone. I said, "Are you stupid?"
Hard to believe.
Oh, so that
hard to believe.
That kind of turned the trip. We had to wait till his parents wired him some more money, and so anyway, got to Vegas.
That's a cautionary tale. If you ever go to Reno, you wait for them to assign you a girlfriend. Then it's safer.
Yeah, well,
right?
this was in Vegas, and he got rolled in Vegas. He's calling the cops, and they're laughing at him. Yeah, I just had a prostitute and she stole. What did I do? Good luck, buddy. What are we going to do?
That's why they steal.
Yeah, what are we going to do?
After him.
He says, well, I got the number here. He goes, yeah. That's not a number we're going to be able to track and find people, buddy. So you're out. So he had to wait for more money to get wired. And so anyway, that's how the trip started. My roommate getting rolled by a hooker.
That's probably why the hookers steal so much is either the victims won't call it in, or the police laugh when they do call it in. So
yeah, they're not going to get caught.
Get out.
What are they going to do? Say I wasn't at the room? You got proof I was in the room? Yeah, that's her. Okay. Yeah, okay.
I guess it's dangerous if the guy came out of the bathroom just as they were rifling through his wallet. They might be risking their lives there, but you got to be in a pretty desperate situation in your life to be in that place in the first place. Someone should clip this segment off because we're accused all the time of providing no redeeming value. But this is a story that I think a lot of people can get some useful information from. We just outlined why it's not safe to bring a hooker to your room in Vegas. Thank you for that.
PSA. And if you're ever in Reno and you're getting change for, of course, now I don't think they give you tokens. Make sure you count your money. If you're getting change for 20, make sure there's 20 coins in there.
Check references before you get a hooker.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good one. 3 references or get out. Just whack it. My God.
Okay, Iggy.
I can't tell what's real and what's a drop anymore.
This whole segment's a drop.
Yeah, this is all one drop.
Ryan Kelly, you're always a guy who keeps it 100, including with your hero.loan. Tell us about that.
Look at you, dripping over there with the smoke. We do keep it 100, I'll tell you that. At HeroLoan.com, you can buy a house with no money down. You've been in the military, family member's been in the military, and you want to buy a house, but you're worried you just don't have the down payment. With the VA loan, you can buy a house, 100% financing, no money down. At HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA.
You're the one dripping with smoke.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Watch TMA on YouTube. Click the bell to subscribe. Download the podcast. Find it at tmastl.com or wherever you podcast. And check us out on TikTok at TMASTL.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
I mean, what the hell is going on?
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Fear that the mics are still on or the YouTube is still on, and I will start telling an erotic story of my power bottoming from the weekend. And then while Anna Marie and I, of course, is really it's been covered in Dan Caesar's column, said it in our marriage vows, it's not cheating if it's same sex. I think a vivid description of me power bottoming isn't something that's...
Did you know at the time that you were going to be the one engaging in 100%?
No, as a matter of fact, I was the one who wrote the vows for the purpose of sapphic play, and now here I am bottoming like the Dickens 11 years later.
Funny how things work out.
It is, and good, and good.
But now you know with contracts, you got to have that fine print.
Hey, buddy, yeah. I've got different counsel now.
Where are you finding all these power tops?
Well, the MVC was in town.
Oh, right. That's right. You got some Illinois State strange.
We've gone through the whole conference. I'm learning more about the conference in this show than I did over the weekend. You're welcome to get involved on the show. It is the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour, and you can text in. EDF text inbox 314-881-8625. You can call in. Steve Schmidt Kia of North County, the sponsor of our phone line, 636-9004-TMA, and you can email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Design Air is the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Doug, the temperatures go up, the temperatures go down. Ah, yes.
Ah, yes, temperatures.
That's correct. And, Iggy, I know you're dealing with a little pushback from Beer Cats this morning on snow that we don't see in Creve Coeur.
Yeah, there's no snow out there.
But there are allegations that there are snowstorms in the St. Louis area right now. I can only speak for what we can see. We don't see it. But these temperatures this week, Doug, I mean, this weekend you could be out there in shorts, and this week
Iggy, I'm seeing 13 degrees for a low on Saturday, and it's going to be sunny, and a high of 29 on Saturday. Is this accurate? Or what do you see another Alberta Clipper coming through?
No, it's some cold weather. Now, the good thing is it's over the weekend, so I won't be out in it. I don't care.
Okay.
Most people will be out in it over the weekend.
Well, I won't. I don't have to get up and start my car and warm it up and then go back out. Although my mug-and-ass car takes like 2 seconds to warm up to a toasty 80 degrees. But yeah, I mean, it's typical St. Louis toward the end of winter. We're going to have temperatures in the teens and 20s, then it's going to be 30s and 40s, then we're going to get up close to 60 again. So some chance of maybe a flurry on Thursday once the temperatures dip going into Friday night and Saturday. Now, Saturday is going to be sunny.
Yeah.
But it's not going to measure anything, so don't worry about it. But the temperatures are going to be chilly, and then they'll warm back up again. So it's a typical St. Louis Lenten season temperatures.
Lenten season weather.
I don't like
Lenten season weather.
It's summer, winter. Oh, it's
usually
summer
in Lent.
again.
I remember as a kid, and it's just something I remember, is we'd always, on Good Friday, it would always get cloudy around 3 o'clock. But we'd be playing basketball, it seemed, every Good Friday up at Jerry Welsh's house, where it was 75 degrees. So we're not far from that. But it was 70 over the weekend.
Don't they say March is the cruelest month?
Yeah, it's my birthday month, and it's really... I did that for you, Iggy. But it's the worst. I think February has a little bit worse weather, but March is so unpredictable.
And you're ready for it to be over, and you get teased by it's nice, and then it's still horrible, and you might snow again. And
now, last year, I'm old, so I don't really remember. But, you know, when you get your electric bill from Ameren, it gives you on the back the average temperature for the months. And last year, the coldest month of the entire year was March.
Really?
According to Ameren, the average temperature in March last year was 28.
Oh,
I don't remember that, but they said it was.
Either.
But March was the coldest month, according to them.
Think about that, Doug.
It's meteorological spring.
Call in, Ameren.
If you would like, it's the Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone line, 636-9004 TMA. But Design Air, if you are dealing with this a few days ago, you might be like, oh, air conditioning, I got to get that taken care of. Now you're thinking about my furnace. Holy moly, it's a 29-degree high on Saturday. Design Air, heating and cooling online at designairservice.com. Doug and I are very happy clients of Design Air Heating and Cooling. They've done wonders on our homes. You can be a very happy client as well, working with Seth Goldcamp and his staff. Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. The Appliance Discounter is the sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. Work with John and Denise Bradley at the Appliance Discounter's loyal sponsor of this show for a number of years, and it's great to have them back now that we are here at 105.7 HD2 FM and TMASTL.com. If you are in need of an appliance right away, don't wait weeks at the appliance discounters. You won't. They have an 80,000 square foot warehouse filled with GE appliances along with other brands. And you can't wait weeks when your refrigerator, washer, or dryer go out. Come in to one of their showrooms today, and they'll deliver it tomorrow. If you're building or remodeling your home and don't need your appliances right away, they can hold them for you. And remember, you can always shop online at theappliancediscounters.com. Doug, I deep teased because I was talking about Michelob Ultra, our studio sponsor here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After, and also the sponsor of the Dotem and the Fan Page Club Championship. And then you have you versus Iggy for the Mungan-Ass Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. So many things to get to. It's a Sadie Hawkins, though. Which one do you want to go with first? What piece of news do you want to go with first? Just say Sadie Hawkins.
Let's get over with the who we picked for the golf. I guess the Mungan-Ass golf. I didn't
get over with.
Hey, let's do that.
All right.
I didn't see it.
Well, let's pull it up. Rory McIlroy not happy with the conditions in Orlando, saying, they need to do something about it. There's a lot of guys that sort of stay away this week to get ready for next week. Next week's become such a big event, $20 million purse. The 4 majors are sacred in this game, but it's very close to being among them with the way it's going. As I said, I just need a day off tomorrow to forget about what's happened this week and then just sort of focus on next week. And then he was asked, what should they do? I just think it's a golf course setup issue and maybe just trying to make it a little less penal.
Make it easy for us, please. Make it easy for us.
Or not even less penal when you miss. I don't mind a golf course being penal when you miss, but it's not rewarding good shots. I think that's where it starts to get across the line. Rory McIlroy critical of the course this week. And, Doug, we had carnage at the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Well,
did we have the scores were high. Did we have carnage In the Munganast Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown, ladies and gentlemen, Action Jackson, Ledoux, class of 2015?
16.
16, yeah.
I got a 3-year window.
That's right, give or take. Jackson, who did Iggy have this week?
Iggy, lineup featuring Matt Fitzpatrick, Jason Kokrak, Paul Casey, Tommy Fleetwood, Keith Mitchell, and Christian Kirk. Finished with a total of 347 and a half points.
That's a lot of points.
It is.
Not really. Malcolm Casey, really good weekend for Casey.
It's a lot of points for you who have struggled
20
in this
over
game.
for Casey over the weekend.
Doug had a lineup that featured Hideki Matsuyama, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Mark Leishman, Tom Hoagie, Andrew Putnam, and Charles Howell III. He finished with 291 points, so Iggy takes another one.
Wow, the research, Doug, it's starting to really separate the Lancome box from Iggy's research here, and he is taking control of this contest. What does that make the record, Jackson?
5-3 on the year.
Wow. It's more than that. I won like 4 in a row, haven't I?
It's 26-23 over the 2 years.
Yeah, because this was the 8th tournament we've done.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I won like 4 in a row.
No, you're just luckier than I am right now because you're guessing too.
No, I'm not guessing.
You're guessing.
Well, all 6 of my players made the cut.
Well,
I didn't
because you
have-
guessed well.
I had more fun
two-thirds of the field
watching
made the cut,
Sunday golf than I have in a long time. And I kind of like the high scores. I thought Scotty Scheffler's back-to-back holes where he could have easily bogeyed or double bogeyed and he parred out, those were exciting. Like, I loved watching. I understand golfers want to shoot 18, 20 under. I get that, but...
I get what McIlroy's saying, and I think he has a great deal of credibility in the game. And so, for example, Doug, I had a lot of Billy Ho this weekend. I had the most Sung JM, second most Billy Ho, and you know him as the Tam Avenue Capital Partners because I know you want to buy in, and we probably will do a cash call here soon, so you might have an opportunity.
I don't think I want in.
Going public.
I don't want to.
Yeah, there's going to be an IPO, but. We did one lineup in the $555 thing, and we were in the top 100 going into yesterday, and every one of our players shot over par.
Oh, did they?
But even with that happening, still would have cashed if Billy Ho would have just birdied 18. And I think what McIlroy's complaint was he hit a great shot. I don't know how many people were watching it on Sunday afternoon on 17, and the greens were just so firm that it just goes bouncing off like it's a Super Ball into the rough. So that's what his point is. If you're hitting a good shot and it's turns into junk, you're basically having to land it short of the green and run it up there, except it's not a links course. And that and I think guys feel obligated to play because it's the Arnold Palmer Invitational, and so with that being his thing. But with the players the following week, I think people might start bowing out to take the week off and not get their asses handed to them if the course conditions are chaotic like that.
Well, there's still a lot of money to be made. What, $2.2 million for Scheffler for winning?
I think I read that
That would bring a lot of guys out.
Almost every tournament's like that, though.
Yeah, but that's why you would play, is to make more cash.
Well, you can't play every week.
Well, you can play most every week.
No, you can't.
I think it's funny that Scotty Scheffler made more in the Arnold Palmer Invitational than Arnold Palmer did in his entire career.
Oh, did he really?
I do believe that's what I read.
Yeah, and yet they're still complaining.
Well, it is unusual that, a non-major that you even, Tim is right about the greens. You hit a ball 15
Doug,
feet.
I know greens.
15 feet short of the green, and you're over the green. But the rough was penal.
Doug, it was penal again.
Penal.
You couldn't even see it like the camera. Like, they tried to zoom in. Like, you couldn't see the balls at all. I don't know how you hit at it.
And look, I have no problem with that. But the fact is you don't see everyday tournaments other than a major where the rough is where you're basically laying up. You can't hit out of it. That's unusual for a regular PGA Tour event.
It was like a U.S. Open, except in March. And the PGA Tour has had a great run of weather, even though you deal with the hawk in Florida at this time of year. But this week for the players, Doug, and you call it the fifth major? Or do you call the Fan Page Club Championship the fifth major?
And neither one.
Ryan Lavner, the Golf Channel, says, I regret to inform you that the tour's near-perfect run of weather will come to an end at the Players Thursday, Friday, 80% chance of rain, And Saturday and Sunday, high at 55 degrees with a 20-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh, that sounds
Sweet
terrible.
mother of mercy.
Put some scramblers on your roster there.
Well, Russell Knox really can play well in the wind, Doug. Does that factor into who you pick on Wednesday?
We're guessing.
I got a lot of work to do this week then.
You won't have. You'll just be guessing, just like everyone else.
No, I don't guess. How many
do
times do I have to
guess.
tell you that?
But you are really guessing. You don't think you're guessing, but you're guessing.
I'm making a educated guess. I'll give you that.
Tough loss today. Tough loss today, yeah.
I didn't lose.
Harrison's brother Master is especially unhappy this morning. Arnold Palmer's net worth is $900 million. You dolt. That's from Harrison's brother.
I didn't say network. I said like his earnings
yes.
in the PGA Tour. Of course.
Arnold Palmer did very well with endorsements, Doug. If
course
anything,
he
he was the
did.
founding father of endorsements.
Yeah.
He had a line of cleaners, too. Remember that? Arnold Palmer cleaners?
I mean, he still has his, lemonade iced tea thing going on.
I don't know
And
if he has
he
any money out of
refurbished Sibians in the late 60s.
I
and-
don't think so.
He had a fortune.
That's how Sibian came to be.
Well, I wonder if he did. If
He put the D battery in it. It changed everything.
If he got any kind of copyright at all on the Arnold Palmer drink.
I would think so.
Oh, yeah.
You can't put
'cause
your
they
name
had
on
his
something.
name
I don't
and
know.
face on it as well.
Well, yeah, the people that have marketed that specific drink. There's several different brands of Arnold Palmer you can buy.
Right, but the only Arizona iced tea can call it an Arnold Palmer because he probably got an exclusive licensing deal. with
Right,
them.
I'm sure
The other
it's a
ones
steak
is
mix.
called half and half.
Yeah, yeah.
Tasty beverage.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's the only thing I order now.
I didn't know his net worth was $900 million. That's impressive.
First
well,
time I met
that
him.
could have been made up too. We don't know that. It's just a text.
No, he turns in his W-2s too.
First time I met him, I was a waiter at the Breckenridge, and he was in the bar, just hanging out with everybody, probably having a Kettle One. And I went across the street to I don't even know where I got this, but I got a can of Pennzoil.
Wow.
And brought it back over and had him sign it, and he signed it and it was perfect. By the time I got home, it was gone.
Someone stole the Pennzoil now.
No,
they stole
it-
your steaks.
No, it
They
disappeared.
stole your hoodie, And now they've stolen your Pennzoil.
No, the autograph disappeared because the can was a can of oil.
He used to do commercials for Pennzoil.
Yes,
for
and it
those
got
who are
so
too young.
oily that
You lost the autograph.
Autograph just disappeared. Now I have a hat he signed to me.
Hats for bats.
That Jay Senior got done for me, but
He was a very, very nice guy, Arnold Palmer.
Yes,
He was something
I met him
else.
a couple times to do interviews. It couldn't have been nicer.
Superhuman. And you compared him to your interview with Earl Weaver. I remember you said that.
No, different sort of guy. Different sort of guy.
Yeah, the
Very
fact
laid
that you
back and
went back
friendly.
a fourth time, impressive.
I wouldn't have gone back and
Want
forth. I
to.
did not, and never would have.
The want to.
Did you get it on the third time, or was it?
No, we never had got it.
Okay, I didn't
never got
remember
a
if he
darn
actually
thing.
finished it. I
Nope.
didn't know if he went back for the fourth go around.
No, 3 and out. Thank you.
Were you
Alex
thinking
Bullock.
about changing careers? Were you going to retire like Earl Weaver did that day?
Yeah, I wish I was old enough to have done that. I blamed Alex Bullock, the photographer.
Why don't we get him on? He can be on another
I don't know
interview.
where he would be now.
maybe I'll get him. I'll interview him.
Can you imagine Earl looking out the window and seeing
Seeing
your
Doug
van
come
pull
back.
up for the
I know I
fourth
hate the
time?
media.
It's just like,
That's why.
no.
Exactly why I hate the media.
Is that what he said? Did he say?
No, he didn't.
But that's what he was thinking.
Sure, it's what he was thinking.
Hijacking alert, hijacking alert, wee wee. Somebody grab a C-shirt and stuff it in his mouth. That's from Indianapolis Star columnist and designer, heating and cooling email of the month leader, Brian Henshin.
What did I hijack? We were talking about Arnold Palmer. I told a story about how the first time I met him.
He used to
How's
do
that
commercials
hijacking?
on a tractor in his farm in
Yeah,
Latrobe, Pennsylvania,
with
and he
Pennzoil.
keeps the tractor going with Pennzoil.
Now, I do have a picture of me and Arnold. I guess it was at.
Here we go.
I guess it was at the.
Deep intellectual things are just my jam.
Sure.
I don't have a jam. Nothing is my jam.
What about pleasuring yourself?
I think Keto is
No,
your
it's just, I
jam.
don't know if it's a
That's in his
jam.
wheelhouse.
I didn't do it all weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't in the mood for that.
Wow.
Why?
But
A lot on that, too. You had the Krzyzewski thing, you had the Blues and the Devils, and now you got Iggy.
What's your over-under on today, then? Is it
Today's going to be a 3.5 over-under.
That's it.
Settle in. It's cloudy. You got the snow
Today will be a
flurries.
sesh. Hell of a sesh today.
Oh,
God, Doug.
I did not want to hear that.
I can't not think
Ah.
But I guess it was either the senior PGA, the senior U.S. Open, his last time actually playing golf in St. Louis. And we're walking along toward the driving range. We're chatting. And I think William Greenblatt took me this picture because that's who sent it to me.
Just say Bill Greenblatt.
Not Billy Greenblatt.
Wow.
What happened there?
Billy Greenblatt. What did I say? Billy Greenblatt?
I honestly have no idea.
You said Billy. You said Billy Mumbles.
Billy Greenblatt.
Peach
Billy
cobbler,
Greenblatt.
Chobani Flip.
You're having a peach cobbler right now?
Chobani Flip.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
But he sent me the picture, and it's just, we're talking. I got my recorder, and we're just kind of strolling along. And I think he's got his zippers down.
Yeah.
Nice.
Arnold Palmer?
Yeah.
The Kings?
I think his zipper's down.
Okay.
Because I think you can see a little piece of his
Tuft?
No, his
His royal scepter.
His shirt, like, coming out of the zipper.
He's just not wearing drawers.
What'd you say to him about it?
I didn't notice until after the picture was sent to me about a week later. I didn't even know he took the picture. He goes, "Oh, I got a picture of you and Arnold talking."
But his
love
was out.
No, just a piece of his shirt. I guess he had shirt tucked in, and I guess it was kind of coming out the zipper.
So in your picture, that's what's your picture of Arnold Palmer? That's going on?
Yeah, I think his zipper's down, and a little piece of his shirt is coming out of his zipper.
Oh. Now, should you tell someone that that's happening?
I didn't
Even
notice
a
it.
big story
Yeah, what if he's the greatest golfer?
I would have told him if I saw it. I didn't see it until I got the picture. Yeah, I would say Arnie. I always called him Mr. Palmer. I never called him Arnold.
I bet he
That was
appreciated
big of you, a big star like you, who was on the same level as him.
And that respect level there.
I was when he said, hi, Kenny. I said, no, it's Mr. Strode to you, please.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, I always called him Mr. Palmer because he deserved that respect. Well, I would have said Mr. Palmer. I think your zipper's down.
I call Bill DeWitt Bill. I don't think he liked it.
No, he loves it. He doesn't like people calling him Mr. DeWitt.
Really? Okay.
I asked him when he was in for the podcast when he nearly sweat to death in that studio.
120 in there.
I forgot about this.
He's like, oh, God.
I asked him, and he said, no, I prefer Bill. And all right, Bill it is.
Yeah, whenever I would call him, say Mr. DeWitt, he goes, Kenny, please, just call me Bill. I said, okay, you always tell me that, but I just...
Kenny, please.
I think most people would. We think it's odd to call someone by their name like that, but when you've been called Bill your whole life, it doesn't seem weird or unusual at all. Now, it is a sign of respect if you're younger and the other person is much older to call them Mr., but it doesn't ever sound weird to the other person, I don't think.
Well, our generation, we were brought up to respect elders, so you always use Mr. and Mrs. And, you know, I told a story the time at the bowling alley when a girl took my bowling ball. She was probably 17 years old. And I'd left my bowling balls on the rack. We're the last league there, and then they have open play. And I'd left two of my bowling balls on the rack, and one was my spare ball. It's like a multi-striped ball. It's got like 4 different colors on it. It's kind of
Have your name on it?
No, it's just what I use for a spare ball.
How do we know that was yours?
And I guess it looked cool to this girl. So she goes and picks it up, and she starts to walk away. And I said, excuse me, that's my bowling ball. Step off, Grandpa. That's what she said to me. Step off, Grandpa.
That's a T-shirt.
How long ago was this?
Oh, it was like 10 years ago. Step off, Grandpa. You can't tell me what ball to use. What? Step off, Grandpa? Don't you respect your elders? No. And I said, first of all, it's my bowling ball you're taking. And it's way too heavy for you. You can barely pick it up. Step off, Grandpa is what she told me.
That's what she said. You're not over it yet, are you?
No. So I treat elders
Can you
with
imagine
respect.
saying that to somebody 40, 50 years ago?
No.
I couldn't either.
That's what I'm saying. That times have changed. You and I.
Well, that's anecdotal. Not everybody steals bowling balls and says, "Hey, step off, Grandpa." Saying "step off" is like that's not a current term.
No, but my point is that times have changed. That nobody respects elders like they used to. It used to be you open the door for older people. You open the door for women. You say Mr. and Mrs. You don't just say, "Hey, Bill, hey, Bob, hey," and just walk in the door and don't even hold it for another person. Don't say please, don't say thank you, and step off, Grandpa.
People are definitely not as nice to each other as they once were.
I let
That's
people
for sure.
sit down, like if I'm at a waiting room or if I'm somewhere, I'll always let an elderly person sit down in my seat.
I'm at a weird point in my life where, like, when I talk to my friends' parents, I grew up calling them Mr. and Mrs., and now it's like, so I call them Mr. and Mrs., and then I let them say, just call me their first name. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, that's the best.
Always, when in doubt, say Mr. and Mrs.
Right.
Or doctor, because I, grew up in Ladue.
I would say doctor.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
About 80% he's dealing with doctors, Doug. This is a nice text from Juan from PP Corp. You know him as owner and proprietor of Tiffany Smooth and OnlyFans. He says, "Hello, Papa. I can see your pee-pee coming out of your slacks. A very good look for you, Grandpa. Come lay with me."
Don't say that. Don't say come lay with me, Grandpa.
That for a mic drop.
It was a piece of a shirt.
It's Juan from
I'd
PP
never said anything was hanging out of his pants.
Guys, we used to not shoot elderly people with BB guns. Times have indeed changed. That's the bastard
Well, that's
James
true.
on.
That's true. Talking about respect for your elders. Goose Mother, or whatever the hell her name was.
Gross Mother.
Gross Mother. She did not deserve those pellets in the neck region.
Well, that's before we were old enough to
You
realize.
shot her time and time again.
And it hurt her. Stunned her.
The younger generation is busy eating so much ass, they don't understand what an asshat generation they are. Also, I am one of them. We are awful. That's from Danny Tanner, Doug.
Yeah, we are pretty bad.
Well, there's no doubt people used to be nicer to each other just in general than they are now. I don't know if social media's caused that or just the relaxing of certain formalities
No,
in
I
the
think
country
it's
have
the
caused that.
resentment of boomers. I think that's what it was.
It's what now?
I think they resent the boomers somehow.
I don't know. I mean, it used to be younger generations always were skeptical of their parents and didn't have a lot of respect for them, but they would still outwardly show it a little bit better than today, I think.
But don't you think every generation says that? Like
every generation.
Well, probably so, and it probably has happened to the point now where there's very little respect. Yeah, it didn't happen overnight. It's happened gradually.
All of their frustrations. Doug, you remember the song "The Living Years"? Mike and the Mechanics.
Sure.
Is that Mike and the Mechanics?
Yeah, I remember that.
What's that song about? Is that a song about his father passing? Is that what the song's about?
I think so. He didn't get.
Think
to
you remember
tell
The
him.
Living Years?
In the living years.
Mike and the Mechanics.
Yeah, what was Mike's first and last name? Because he's with a band before he started Mike and the Mechanics. And I can't remember his name.
Well, I think the singer changed from song to song. Was it Paul Carrick? Was it Paul Carrick?
I don't know if it was Paul Carrick or who this Mike guy was. It Mike Schilt? I don't know.
Was Mike one of the guitarists in Genesis?
Could be.
Doug?
I don't know.
I should know that. I don't.
It's going to be tough to get on KSHE if you don't know that.
There's the picture. Does that look like a zipper's open? And a piece of shirt is hanging out of it?
It could be. I feel uncomfortable staring at Arnold Palmer's crotch like that. I don't think it is.
Because his shirt is white, and what's coming out of the pants looks like almost like an American flag.
I was about to say, it does look like Old Glory's coming out of his pants. That's how great of a man Arnold Palmer was.
How patriotic he was.
Oh, he's a damn American.
Guys, the singer from Mike and the Mechanics was also from Ace, who sang How Long? Thanks. That's Don Hoffman, Jackson's favorite person.
How long has this been going on? Okay.
Now, Ace was a character in Stand By Me.
That's correct, Kiefer Sutherland. Remember Will Wheaton? He had leeches on his balls.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite
Chopper,
movies.
Sick Balls, Corey Feldman. Jerry O'Connell, bulky at the time, lost weight afterwards, now married to Rebecca Romaine Stamos. She kept John Stamos' name despite the divorce. And,
Talk about getting cocked. You marry someone who just got divorced, and she doesn't take your name. She stays with the name of the guy that's more famous than you that's divorced. That's a massive
Could be a name cock.
cucking.
A name cock, yeah.
Look, if I'm money grabbing,
Divorce
they can
cock.
have any name they want. But yeah, that is a weird thing.
Well, I would say.
River Phoenix.
Who's she married to?
River Phoenix.
Rest in peace.
Who's she married to?
Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah, that doesn't have a ring to it. Rebecca, what's her middle name?
Well, her maiden name, I believe, is Romaine.
All right, Rebecca Romaine O'Connell. That doesn't
work.
But that would be her name.
But it doesn't hold water.
What do you mean?
Hold water.
You're not getting
That's
gigs if your
fantastic.
last name's O'Connell. She's known as Stamos, and now she can get
But she
gigs. saying
disliked him so much, she divorced him.
Well, I'm sure that's not his first divorce, I don't believe.
Still, nonetheless, women won't usually continue. Some women do get divorced, and because that was their name for so long, they stick with the name because that's how people know them now.
Well, that's how people know her as an actress, Rebecca Ramon Stamos.
Yeah.
So they know us as Stamos. If she changed O'Connell, people say, who is that?
But you would think at this point people in the business would know who she is.
Uh-oh, something's going on. I just went to the YouTube chat. What is going on, Jax?
I took care of it. Some guy just kept saying, "Hey, Grandpa," so I blocked him.
Step down, Grandpa.
Step off.
Step off.
Well, I brought it up.
On it.
Yeah, YouTube chat.
So people just go in there and just start saying, "Step off, Grandpa," over and over again.
I don't know if it's people's more so than computer programs do, but yeah. And then you know what I did? I blocked him. Took care of it. Took care of it real nicely.
So one of these computer programs, oftentimes from a land far, far away, is listening to the show and then just repeats phrases.
Key phrases.
Mm-hmm. They're spelling it wrong, and the name was pretty obvious that it was not a real person. And
Yeah, what do they get from that?
They're trying to get you to click on something.
They're kicks.
God, that's
Same
weird.
people that send me patio furniture, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
They're in the patio furniture.
Did you get your money back?
No, that was a 2.5 hour ordeal over the weekend.
That's why you didn't get to beat off.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was in no
I
mood
feel
for
like
that.
that pent-up anger, though.
I was in no mood because I got an
Wage
email from them.
bonus.
They said they would keep me updated on the process.
This is
Trust the
PayPal?
process.
PayPal?
Yeah, and they said that they sent an email to the person that sold it to me, the company out of China. And if they don't respond in 9 days, we will find them at fault and we'll refund your money. Why don't you just refund my money now? But then I got an email saying, in order for us to process and move further, we need you to go to IOC3.gov.
The International Olympic Committee.
That's
You're
correct.
about to get
Whatever it
scammed
is, and fill out a report. And maybe it's something like a Better Business Bureau type thing. And they have to have that on file in order for us to go forward. So I had to go on there and fill out this whole thing and put all my information in there. And then they wanted the information of the seller. I said, where the hell is that? So I had to call PayPal. And it took 3 connections for somebody to actually help me and bring it up. And her name was Priscilla. She was a delight.
Priscilla Presley.
She stood with me and did every question and brought up the old emails and said, okay, here is the mailing address and the actual address of this company in China. This is what you're going to need. Filled all that out, but it had nowhere for me to send it. It said just go ahead and download it and then attach the app on our website, PayPal website. Well, it kept saying you don't have any issues pending. So I had no place to attach it. So I called back again. And the third time, this person said, okay, she goes, did you get an email from us? I go, yeah. She goes, just reply to that email and attach it. I'll look for it. So I did that, and she was on hold with me for about 10 minutes. She goes, okay, just came through. I have that report. I'll get it through for you. So it's I mean, I'm going through all this for $49.95, $59.95, whatever it was. But so that took me 2.5 hours over the weekend. Now, they may want you to send the watch back. I said, the postage to China is going to cost more than what you're going to get me back.
And it's 3 times the amount of what that watch is worth, which is 25 cents.
You shouldn't. I don't think you should have to send the watch back. If someone sends something to you that you did not order, you are not obligated to give it back up. You are not.
Well, that's what she told me. She goes, there's a chance you may have to send the watch back and pay for postage. What's it going to cost me to send something to China? Probably a lot of money. I said, why am I doing this then? They screwed me.
Well, Doug, in your defense, then, what if you deposited a $5,000 check, but the bank accidentally adds, let's say, an extra 0? And
A bank error is different. Bank error does not play in your favor. If the bank accidentally puts $1 million into your account, you don't get that $1 million.
But it's very similar to sending something to somebody's address.
No, if all of a sudden something gets sent to your address that you did not order or pay for, you're not obligated to I mean, the nice thing to do would be to send it back, but legally you're not obligated to do that.
Well, I think that's what they're doing. That's how they're doing it. They're sending this stuff knowing that in order to get your money back, you need to send that thing back that they send you, and it's going to cost so much money to send it back that people are just going to say, screw it. And that's how they're making money.
Yeah, my Amazon package, we get dog food sent once a month because we have 3 dogs. We order a crap ton of food. And the last, it comes in a big box, it's just the bag. And there was like a tape measure and like an electric level machine or leveler in there. And we're like, what the hell do we do with that? We didn't get charged for it. I don't think we're going to send it back.
No, you don't have to. Otherwise, companies, shady ones, would send you all kinds of stuff and then say, okay, you owe us for that. I don't owe you for that. I didn't buy it. It doesn't matter. We sent it to you. Something shows up that you didn't pay for, you are not obligated to either pay for it or give it back.
We needed the leveler, so kind of a good
Yeah, it's nice to have a level.
Well, somebody else on the fan page, I'll just say Donna, I won't give her last name.
Donna from the fan page.
Said she also ordered this furniture, and now she's worried. I said, well, you should be.
How many Donnas are on the fan?
I
think you could probably locate her right away.
There had to be a lot of other people fall for this. You can't be the only one calling PayPal to say, hey, listen, I saw an ad. And
maybe PayPal's in on it, huh? Think about that.
You'd think that they'd make enough money that they wouldn't be scamming people at this point.
Yeah, I don't think PayPal's in it, but I just don't know how Zuckerberg lets it happen. I mean, you get
Zuckerberg.
I saw this on Facebook. So they got scams on Facebook. You're booting
Scams
people
and
off
scams,
because
they're worried about booting people off with the wrong political opinion, but the elite scammers can stay on there.
yeah. So maybe I send a letter to Zuckerberg saying you can't let this go on. I said people are getting scammed by you letting these people on here, and they're ads. They're not just like robots. They're ads that are up there. Hey, $49.95. This is an $800 value. Limited. We got to get rid of them. Okay, well, I'll take one. No, I'll take a watch.
Did you ever mention or Google search patio furniture? Because that's probably why you got the ad.
All the time. Once the spring comes, I'm always looking for new patio cushions and things like that.
So that's why you got the ad.
Well, other people have got. I mean, everybody's searching for patio furniture.
Well, I haven't.
Right.
I've never
All
searched.
right. Well, I searched for Dillian Harper videos. Are those coming up on Facebook?
I don't know. But other things will. I mean, the first night I had this stupid CPAP thing, I didn't search for anything because they told me, here it is. I didn't search. I didn't talk about nothing. And I'll be darned, the next day I had a couple of different CPAP ads show up on my social media. It's not like they're listening, too.
Well, didn't you go?
Somewhere in the mic, they heard me say CPAP. Darn this CPAP. Here are your ads.
Did you pay for the CPAP with your card?
I don't think not yet because it went through, medical insurance.
Right. Did you go to that sleep study place?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Location's on. Bingo.
Yeah, Doug, we're living in like Big Brother.
I guess. Clearly we are. Clearly we are.
I don't mind. I can just ignore them, but this one was too good to ignore. I said, well, I would like some new patio furniture, and this one's got a built-in fireplace or fire pit. I like it.
I may have fell for the same thing this weekend. I saw an ad for an indoor, putting mat.
No, I have one of those, the perfect putter.
Is it?
It's the perfect something like that.
It looks
That's the real
pretty
one,
big. It was, and
Yeah,
I went to Wayfair, and it was on Wayfair, and I said, well, that's legit, right?
Yeah.
What'd you get it for,
It was
baby?
$100.
Okay, that's about 50% off.
Originally, $500 is what they said.
That's interesting.
That's what raised the red flag for me.
For a putting mat?
Well, it's a big thing. It's like a piece of carpet. It says
It's like 3 holes thing.
Like what they have at a sporting goods store?
3 or 4.
Practice
yeah,
Perfect
yeah,
is a
no,
straight one.
Yeah,
That's
but
correct.
big. So I thought I'll just throw that in the basement. It'll be kind of fun to do.
You're about to get fake Ray-Bans.
Probably so. Probably so.
Well, join me. We'll hit PayPal together one weekend.
But I just figured Wayfair is legit, right?
Yeah. Just like I got my Nike slippers from Etsy. I was a little lyrics. It was taking a while to get here, but that's legitimate. And they came just a little long.
Yeah.
All right, Tim's got breaking news.
Yeah, I got a couple of things here. Now I got Mike Flanagan in the YouTube chat. Also known as Flanagan, Doug?
Flansy.
Just for the record, I am not in Las Vegas. I am in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the WSOB. Not the WSOP, the WSOB.
The World Sons of Bitches.
I said World Series of Bowling. Isn't it? Then I'm wrong. I know he was at the World Series of Bowling. I thought it was in Vegas every year.
He's creating merch. That's why Doug and I are wearing these TMA STL St. Patrick's Day hoodies. If you're watching on YouTube, and 350 of you are doing so.
You ought to look into getting one, Iggy.
TMASTLshop.com.
Oh, those hoodies? Yeah, I'd love one. Didn't seem to get
What
one here.
happened to your hoodie?
I don't know, but Mike, if you're on, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I didn't know they moved out of Vegas to Milwaukee. It's usually in Vegas every year, the Point, whatever. But anyway, can you have Kim send a couple of shirts down to Milwaukee and get Belmo and Jackie Bowling to put one on and wear it for us, get a picture, and we can use them for advertising.
Oh, how about that, Jackie Bowling?
I bet that's a disappointment to the bowlers when they hear, you know what, I know we've had this in Vegas for years, but we're going to Milwaukee this time in March. What? We're going where?
They bowl
That's a Bucks
wherever
game.
they'll take them, wherever they'll take them.
Giannis going off.
And Mike knows I don't. Unless Belmonte makes a TV show, I don't even follow bowling anymore. So
Wow.
I didn't know they moved.
Doug, do you watch if Belmonte doesn't make it?
I don't watch it much at all, not since the Dick Weber days.
Yeah,
When bowling was a big deal on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, they had the Roth Holman doubles this weekend, and I saw
Marshall Holman
and Mark Roth, who passed away a few months ago. Who I was good friends with Mark and Denise. That was sad. But Belmonte did not make the TV show, so I didn't even watch.
I miss Guppy Troop.
His kid is out there. His kid was just named Bowler of the Year last year, Kyle Troop.
I miss Guppy.
And I think you're bashing Milwaukee. It's a nice city.
I have
mean,
never
comparison.
been.
Wouldn't you rather go to Vegas?
100%. I know
No?
you're not bashing it. I just like Milwaukee, like with their new stadium they built for the Bucks, It kind of has a good feel to it. It's not huge by any means, but there's a lot of fun spots. You got Marquette University right there as well. So
we got St. Louis University. Doesn't make St. Louis a fun spot.
I think Marquette's a little bit bigger than St. Louis.
And the Bucks just played the #1 team in the NBA, the Suns, last night. So I don't know what you're talking about there.
I'd rather vacation in Vegas.
I would agree with you, but I think Milwaukee, you're not giving it enough credit. It's a good city.
Well, they go wherever somebody will pay them. The bowling alley will pay them. So.
What's wrong with Tropicana?
Strike and spare.
Well, they know there's no money, and they're not going to make any money by bringing tours here.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
How are you going to make money?
How do you make money anywhere?
The 50 people that show up to watch?
That's how they make the money, is the gate?
I don't know how else they're going to make money.
Well, why can they draw fans in Milwaukee but not here?
I guess Milwaukee.
Well, what are you going to do with it?
Never. Milwaukee. Ask Flanagan. Milwaukee, I guess, doesn't care. We can
Flanagan is in the.
We can lose a little money and get some
chat.
promotion.
He says, I have 20 broadcasts, over 120 hours of commentary. It's a grind, guys.
Well, that's not what I asked. I said get some T-shirts.
I think that's a shot
down
at Iggy trying to get T-shirts and hoodies.
Well, it's one phone call. It's one phone call to Kim. Hey, send me a couple of shirts. I'm going to get a couple of bowlers and jacket bowling to wear, and it'll show up.
It's over.
It's a week-long thing, or maybe 2 weeks. I don't know.
Flanagan has been great.
He's busy with.
I know it's 6 tournaments in 1 week. You bowl one day, and boop, that tournament's gone. Let's go to another one.
He says
What
Milwaukee.
is it? I before E, except after Y.
Milwaukee is up, not down.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Milwaukee's
It's over there.
It's not over. It's up.
It's not Vegas.
No, it isn't Vegas. Vegas is out there.
Man. I just got this email. What a wonderful email. I love when we get emails like this, people working with the sponsors. Tim, first-time emailer, long-time listener. I have never submitted a testimonial or written an email to praise or review anything. However, in November of 2020, I purchased my first home and was totally in love with the property. That is, until we had a severe rainstorm and my basement flooded. Needless to say, I was pissed. We spent a lot of time in our basement, and when it flooded, it was rendered useless. The next day, I called Stratum Structural Systems to come out and assess the situation. The appraiser, by the name of Tim, came out in a day or two and provided an appraisal less expensive than the 2 other competing companies. Apparently, the storm that resulted in my basement flooding, resulting in regional flooding because Stratum had to schedule my repairs for a few weeks out. When the date arrived, the crew that came out to do the upgrades were totally professional and all but guaranteed me that my basement would not flood after their work was completed. The obvious sense of confidence in their work made me feel as though I chose the right contractor. Since then, we have experienced several heavy rainstorms as bad as the initial storm, and not a drop of water has gotten into our home. After the storm last night, I promised myself that I would submit my testimonial singing the praises of Stratum. Not only did my home not flood, but the sump pump system they installed is more aesthetically pleasing than the previous setup. After dealing with flooding issues, I can't express how good it feels to not stress out every time it rains heavily. In summary, I would recommend highly Stratum Structural Systems to anyone that has experienced flooding or structural issues with their home. They are the best, and that comes from a gentleman by the name of Roderick Thomas. Sent that to me just here about 10 minutes ago, as a matter of fact. Stratum Structural Systems, online at stratumrepair.com, or call them 314-620-8153 and let them know you are a Ryan Kelly Morning After listener and you get $100 off your repair project. I had a similar experience with Stratum, so I can speak to it firsthand. They're the best, man. Stratum Structural Systems, online at stratumrepair.com. And now you are
thinking about it.
That's right.
Another happy customer with a flooded basement.
That's correct. That's the way that it works.
Mm-hmm.
I teased this, but we've gone so in depth into which bowling community is better.
We needed that.
St. Louis or Milwaukee. And whether or not that's Arnold Palmer's fly open or a flag shooting out of his crotch.
Half-mast, that's for sure.
Then I got a little, I got better at teasing, but I didn't deliver on the tease for 50 minutes.
That's our fault. We sidetracked the entire hour.
Oh, Iggy, it's fine. No, the Dotem news. We were, I guess, fielding interest from a variety of locations for the Wednesday night TMA Live, and guess who said, no, I want it. Eddie McVeigh at Maggie O'Brien's.
Oh, wow.
Eddie McVeigh at Maggie O'Brien's.
Which location?
Doug, you'll love it. It's the Sunset Hills location, according to Eddie.
I can walk home after I get just plastered.
We'll have party at your patio.
Yeah. Can we go back to your house?
I don't have much of a patio.
Oh, that could be a pony out there, man.
Yep.
Not your house.
That's
Well,
great
could be.
news.
Could be a pony.
So the TMA Live the night before the Dotem with the dating game with Lisa Ann will be taking place at Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills on Wednesday, May 18th. How do you do?
Well, I'm fine. Yeah.
Couldn't be happier to be hanging with Eddie.
Yeah,
I'll tell
that's a
you,
great spot.
This sales staff, they don't mess around. They don't mess around. This Dotem, it's sold like the dickens here as far as all these events. And this thing's still more than 2 months away. But May 18th, TMA Live, Maggie O'Brien's. I was texting with Eddie about it on Friday afternoon. He's super excited. And then the Dotem itself, May 19th and 20th, and we will have details on registration. Don't worry, still a few weeks away for registration. And we have backup dates just in case we deal with some bad weather. And those backup dates will be about a month later in the month of June. It is the Dotem presented by Michelob Ultra. Lisa Ann returning. Jennings is going to be driving around that 4-person cart he likes to drive around. Doug, I think I'm going to be hitting an 8-iron off of number 5 and just doing what is called a celebrity shot. It's like what Bob Hope would do. That's what I will be doing.
And Eddie, we all know him very well. He is going to...
He's the greatest people of all time, I think.
He will roll out the red carpet for this type of event. Like, you are going to see... I mean, he's just great people. I'm super excited.
Yeah. What a great spot.
Good locale.
Great pairing. Perfect. The great Eddie McVeigh. And then on the Fan Page Club Championship. Doug, this was the one you wanted to lead with.
Well, this is a Shishawali event.
That will get underway on May 1st. Jennings... Iggy, were you in this email? Jennings emailed on Friday or Saturday
I was.
about the Fan Page Club Championship. We said we needed an odd number of voters on our board, so we have 8 people on the board. And what that's going to allow us to do is to pass measures for this Fan Page Club Championship.
Who are the other 3?
Courtney, Riz, and John Hewlett.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Oh, I thought you were going to have Shea Bittenbender and...
Not available. He's in Milwaukee. The mecca of bowling.
St. Louis wasn't good enough for him.
A few pieces of information here. We're going to get this thing going with board meetings. But Jennings emailed and he thought a few different things on it. He wants to be involved with it. I mean, relatively speaking. But the board will pass measures. So the 5 members of this dais, of course, and the 5 defending champions, and that's...
No, that's an exclusive group there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There are only so many green jackets.
Right.
Buck Swope has one, and then the 5 winners.
We just passed the one jacket.
I still have one.
Right. We could give green hoodies.
I kept one.
If we don't quite have enough.
And then, boy, that would be nice. If you played last year, you will have a period of time to accept or decline the invitation. Just like how players are invited to Augusta National, they receive an invite.
Very similar.
This will be via certified mail. And then if you did not, and then we do not fill the 64 spots, and I would imagine we will not, because I'm sure some people who played last year won't be able to play, whether it be because of May 1st or they know they'll be going out of town or maybe they moved. Whatever the case might be, that will open it up, and we will not have a gin requirement for 2022. But I think the board is leaning toward a gin requirement for 2023, and that is, what is that, $3,000 to get a gin? Is that right? It's $3,000?
You need to take 2 zeros away from that.
Doug, it's $30 to get a gin.
That's a lot.
So in 100 years, it would be...
That's correct. That's
well, the way we're going next week, it'll be $790.
So get it now while it's 30. But that's going on, and we're going to be having these board meetings. I think they're scheduled. The first one's supposed to be at Belle Reve in the men's card room.
Now, I think it's at the helipad. But now, are these both events going to have the where you have to sign something for the video, or is it just going to be the Dotem?
Doug, a release form. Okay. A release form.
I just want to make sure.
You have to understand, you are going to be competing, and we will have a number of camera crews out there, or just somebody holding up a phone.
I think if you're out in public, you're fair game to be videoed.
Well, yeah, but we always respected the fact that people, love this show, but they also have families and other lives. We never really get them involved.
It's so embarrassing that they would be in this that we have to hide their identity.
I wouldn't say embarrassing. I just,
I listen to a radio show. I can't be seen.
You're fair game if you're out there in public to be videoed.
Stephen Wildwood has a quick question, Doug. We are watching Grandkids on the night of May 18th for the Dotem pre-party at Maggie O'Brien's in Sunset Hills. Would it be awkward if my wife and I are in the Lisa Ann dating game with a 16-month-old on my lap? Thanks. That's from Stephen Wildwood.
Yes, it would be. Step off, Grandpa.
Well, couldn't we talk to Charcoal House about getting their ball pit?
Yeah, we'll have a child care center.
That's
a
not a bad idea.
Remote child care center at the Charcoal House.
Big Al is in charge of.
Charcoal House.
We should have had this at the Charcoal House if it weren't for the great Eddie McVeigh. They probably came in second place.
Tim, the fake emails are beneath you guys. That's from the 618. What are the fake emails?
Isn't every email fake? People don't use their real names.
I don't know what that
They claim to be somebody else. They're all fake.
I have no idea. What are the fake emails? We haven't read an email.
Who'd it come from?
Just 618.
All right, well, we don't know if you're real.
Let's see. We have text history here. Jackson, you do investigations on these. Tim, can you just please cut to the chase and set up the Darren versus Jackson boxing match over the Mizzou, Illinois rivalry? It could be billed as the Battle of the Twinks. That was one text.
Well, the weight is quite a...
Yeah, I don't know if that would get sanctioned.
Jackson, you weigh, what, 230? You let yourself go a little bit.
Yeah,
Jackson could knock me out.
230.
DraftKings Cal needs to scram, maybe a concrete block, chains, and a boat. Then he wrote, and it's Tucker. Doug, that was January 14th. And then here on May 7th, Tim, the fake emails are beneath you guys.
Okay.
I don't think we have...
Fake, I think he just said the fake
ad email. If he would like me to, I can forward this to him, and I'll give him 100 to 1 on whether or not it's fake if he wants it. The action's out there. So he can bet $1. He can bet $5.
Yeah.
Boy, if I do 100 on 100, I'm risking $10K. But, I mean, I'm looking at the email in front of me, and so he thinks that one of us concocted the email about Stratum Structural Systems.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That there's no such thing as a
There you go.
testimonial?
I guess then you'd...
Come on, dude.
But I actually gave the guy's name.
I love this show, but I don't know if I would even think of doing that. Like, on the weekends, I just don't think about the show as
we don't
much.
have to.
I don't know what.
We don't have
Well, this guy sent it in like at 8:46.
Yeah, people that have worked with these people, they know that we hear time and again how great the sponsors
I actually saw Stratum truck driving from work on Friday.
Did you?
I waved, and he looked super confused, obviously.
Yeah, he didn't know who you were.
CRB. I don't know why they would think they knew who I was.
We're lucky that we have great listeners that care enough
Support the sponsors.
to send emails to let us know that they're doing that and how great our sponsors
But I think
are.
it's important for people to feel a level of comfort. Like, we're not going to talk about an individual if we, internally are like, oh, this guy's kind of sketch. Yeah. Now, not to say that we haven't been duped before, but as far as the people we talk about on the show at this moment, I don't think so. I know Matt Ford and Brett Groman. I had what this guy was talking about with my basement. And when it rains, and it was raining like crazy last night, man, and you have a problem with your waterproofing, you are doomed. And it destroys, obviously, it destroys property, but it destroys the home, So it's an important thing. Fortunately, most people don't deal with it, but when you do deal with it, you want to make sure you have somebody of the caliber of Stratum. So that's how the whole thing came to pass.
And sometimes you get service that's above and beyond. You want to let other people know.
Yeah. That's why we rave about Mangadas. That's why we rave about James Carlton. He's my insurance agent. But whatever. I mean, if one gentleman doesn't believe it, it's fine with me. I've offered 100 to 1 if he wants it, and the action is out there. Let's see. Tim, it's only fake if the second sentence includes the age of the couple. Thanks. That's from Dick Rhodes Gagger. Speaking of which, on the other side of our commercial break, Dear Deidre, my girlfriend poured paint over me after she caught me watching straight porn. We'll have that story from Dear Deidre coming up, along with our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Send yours in. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Hey, this is Tim McKernan. The Ryan Kelly Morning After exists because of the name on the show, and that's Ryan Kelly. You have been our title sponsor for a decade. You are the one we thank, and many people around town, the one
that it gets the blame for the show.
I do get the blame, too. I get all the glory and all the blame. I got to tell you, it's just humbling to hear what you just said. And I remember your dad calling. I remember the old tire sponsor. I remember it all like it was yesterday. I remember Melissa Marr, and everybody cornering me. And I remember I started with the text line sponsorship, and then after the first day, I go, I'll take the whole show. I love it so much. And I'm a listener, and I'm a fan pen member, and I'm watching Iggy cook soul in his kitchen, and I'm learning about sunflowers and everything else. Like, I box over on TMA. I box.
You have the strap. You're the champion.
I am the champion of the Spirit Circle for all your T-shirt makers in the mall. If you know that guy, you know who I'm talking about. Let's leave it here. Refinance or buying a house. Why'd you go anywhere else? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326240.
Cuts of the week are brought to you by Bertarelli Cutlery. Visit them on the Hill or online at bertarellico.com. Cut 1.
Producer Joe is listening to the show here in this Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. And he says, does the moron spend any time looking at any form of news? A House committee is going to discuss sports wagering effing today. Or it's just easier to pop off and continue his ignorance. 3 effing bills will be heard today. That's from producer Joe. Doug, he's on Twitter at @ProdJoe.
Okay. All right. Well, I really don't follow the law very well, but bills, does that mean it's already passed and it's legal? I can start making bets right now?
I don't believe so.
You dumbass, I said we don't have it now.
Here we go.
Do we have sports betting? Is it legal right now, dumbass?
Okay.
No, I'm just getting tired of you calling me a moron and then just taking what I say and then just twisting around. Oh, does he follow the news? Oh, what's going on? They got bills. Yeah, did it get passed already? No. As of right now, as I'm talking, we don't have legalized sports betting. So where am I wrong? God, you're such a bitter prick.
I'm writing that one down.
Cut 2.
Please give us more marriage advice, man who chose porn over people. That's from the Cal May protege.
I'm just telling you what I would think would happen. Look, I've never been married. I don't have kids. I can't talk to you about kids either.
You think any woman could ever tame you?
No. I have no interest in ever getting married. If I haven't done it now, I'm not going to get married, but I see people out and about, and I see overweight people.
Doug, wasn't that a film with Haley Joel Osment and Bruce Willis?
That pause before just.
And I say something have to happen here over years because there's no way you could have married that if it looked like that. And I'm talking about men too. I see a good-looking woman with some big fat guy. I go, there's no way you could have married that. Something has happened in this marriage that you have put on a bunch of weight because you're a very attractive woman and this guy is a slob. There's no way you married that. Something has happened in the marriage where he just let himself go.
There's so many ways to get off now. Like, at that point, like, you can have the Bluetooth vibrators, so you can have that on the go. I mean, guy can get, sex dolls that literally can do movements with their hands.
Right. I'm wearing a butt plug that Anna Marie controls from home, and she watches on YouTube and then kind of turns it up and adjusts it.
We need to hook it up to the drops.
You're shaking over there.
Yeah.
Didn't Lisa Ann say that when she drives around, she has a butt plug in?
I can text her.
I think she said that.
Man, that's a good scoop.
She said, if I know I'm going to be in traffic, what I'll do is I'll wear a butt plug, and then I know that it'll make an enjoyable ride.
You sure you didn't dream that one?
Cut.
All right, Jay, I think you get the idea.
Cut.
I'll leave it at the 4.
I tried on my own. I tried for half an hour to pick up the black remote, hit source, then scroll down to YouTube. Not YouTube, but YouTube TV. Then hit that. Then you got to pick up the Xbox controller to get to the local network affiliate. The Xbox controller.
Yeah.
He says hit A, and then here's the toggle on the left, swing the other around, and then hit B. I don't want to do that. I want to hit on channel, and there it is. I don't need a 20-minute exercise for my thumbs to watch it.
Old. Any Xbox at all?
I couldn't figure out Xbox. Literally, you had to turn the channel with the Xbox controller.
I watch all my stuff.
Maybe that's another thing. The old people can't do that.
No, we can't. And we don't have the patience to figure it out. We just want to turn it on for our entire lives. More than 60 years. Here's the turn on the TV, turn to the channel, done. There's no Xbox controller. There's no A button, B button. I don't want to deal with it.
Cut 5.
I'm going to preface this by saying it could change tomorrow when I come in. I had the shrug shoulders. It wasn't 100% sure because there's fronts here, fronts there, fronts everywhere.
Nice.
But right now,
with fronts.
Right now, I'm looking at when this rain, which will come in tomorrow, it'll still be warm, but then it's going to drop almost 40 degrees.
Unbelievable.
And then that will turn to snow into Wednesday. And I'm looking right now at 2 to 4 inches. But when my Doppler has to shrug shoulders, that means I check back tomorrow because it could change.
But that doesn't give you a free pass, shrug shoulders or not. We count on this for our lives.
Well, go read your apps. This could change. Whole thing could change. Right now we're looking, but it could change, and they change every day. I kind of stay with what I tell you, but I'm telling you my Doppler is not 100% right now.
Okay.
Cut
6. I think my Michigan's Callahan.
Let's pull up. You couldn't handle it either.
That went.
Todd Callahan won the event.
All the time.
Won the event. He shouldn't even beat me. I talk about 18 all the time, where I lip out for the win, and then I lose on the first playoff hole.
Maybe.
But 17 was the turning point where.
Do we have to live this all over again?
He hit a ball.
This went on for months and months, and here we are again talking about it.
He hit a ball in the cabbage. And
Stop saying cabbage.
All I have to do is win one hole. And
again, we're going to hear it, aren't we?
He hits it in the cabbage.
No one cared then. No one cares now.
And me and Cletus was drunk at the time. I said, I'm just hitting. Normally I hit 5 wood. I said, I'm just going to hit 5 iron. If I'm short, I'm short.
Okay. Gosh, this is excruciating.
But he's in the cabbage. He's probably a lost ball.
Oh, there's that cabbage again. Saying cabbage.
And those were the cuts of the week.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Get the TMA mobile app and enable notifications so you don't miss a thing. See our content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And stream us on the TMA mobile app and at TMASTL.com.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
I'm as moist as a freshly baked Betty Crocker cake.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
So good.
It's perfect. This is perfect. Doug, are you enjoying it?
Not the air guitar that Iggy's playing. I don't enjoy that much. I see the right.
Hey, is aux on? Aux on, aux off.
Aux off.
Aux off.
Okay. So no one could hear us?
On YouTube. On YouTube, Doug.
Okay.
Licensing purposes.
Hey, Jeff's in the YouTube chat, and he says, I like boys and girls, also video. Please, how can I sign up for all 3?
Oh, my God.
Long ago in the book of old, for the chapter where dreams unfold, a battle raged on the open page.
Nice.
Love was a winner there, overcoming hate, like a little girl who couldn't wait.
And this is good.
Love and only love will endure. Hate is everything you think it is.
Nice.
Love and only love will break it down.
Nice.
You really hopped on that last song. That last
Love
note.
and only love will break it down.
Welcome back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Underrated guitar player Neil Young is.
Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, hosting the Dotem pre-party on May 18th. How do you do? How do you do?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank
Katie Drew.
Can't wait.
That's going to be a pony. And then, Doug, you're having the after party set after the club.
I have not committed to that. I don't know that my house or
after
my
the
crib
party
is
is the
large
hotel
enough
lobby.
You can come to my house if you want. It'll be warm.
Your apartment's probably nicer and bigger.
God, then what?
The bathroom.
The bathroom
Yeah,
here?
right.
Yeah, great call, Jackson. The bathroom here is about the same size.
I live in a tar paper shack, so your place is probably nicer.
Somebody, and my neighbor pointed this out to me. I thought it was a dog. I was sitting on my breezeway Saturday smoking, and it was a breezeway Saturday, boy. And he was livid.
The dog.
We have new siding in our breezeway, and I saw this poop. It's stained from like probably a foot up on the siding, came down, and then a big pile.
There's poop on the siding proper?
I thought it was a dog, and he said it's real. He said it's human. I called the complex, said come clean this up now. It stinks. Somebody took a dump in my breezeway.
Clear up on the wall?
It started on the wall and dripped down to a big pile.
Nice drip.
I wonder whose chest was lucky enough to get the first batch.
I mean, what the hell?
They have a Ring camera gonna catch that.
Don't they have security cameras all over the place?
No.
Well, they should.
Now, my neighbor has one.
There's already been a shooting.
My neighbor put one up. My neighbor put one up on his patio facing out toward his cars. Because somebody broke into his car, so he's got his own, but it doesn't have it inside the breezeway. But it's still. I was going to take a picture of it. I said, I'm not going to go that route. But
It's amazing what you think is funny when you're drunk.
I guess.
3 in the
I don't
morning.
know. But
So how do you know it's a dog?
it wasn't a dog.
Oh, it was a human?
The neighbor said that's real.
How high up on the wall was it?
Probably 8 inches to a foot. You could see the dribblings and then big pile right below.
Bill's dribblings.
Oh, don't ever say dribblings again.
Drippings, dribblings. I just make up words. But it's he was livid. He said, I called the complex and they said they don't have anybody around right now. And I said, I don't know what.
Maybe you could clean it up yourself.
I'm not cleaning it up. That's somebody's real feces. I'm not cleaning it.
And dribblings.
Dribblings is correct.
Yeah, what's worse to clean?
The
Is it
dribblings.
The actual.
Maybe I'll take a picture today. I'll put it on the fan page.
Please
That's
don't.
up
It'll get taken
That's
down.
up. That's up their. That's up their alley.
You can't put crap on the
You're going to get suspended
Facebook.
again.
If we did, then all the fats would be posting their work every day.
I know. I
Oh,
got
yeah,
a couple
that's
of them that I wanted to see.
Themed logs.
I'm not that gross that I would do that, but.
So one guy posted a
Nothing.
photo on the fan page of his bedroom, and in the bedroom, no door or anything, there was just a toilet sitting,
Yeah, I saw that.
like in a shag carpet.
Is that a?
How's that going to?
Is that an ensuite?
That is something.
Well, he's got a bathroom connected to his bedroom, but there's no door.
Yeah, it's just a rogue
It's
toilet.
just like a Johnny on the spot in the corner of his bedroom.
I would like to tell people about Family Golf and Learning Center, which is a premier golfing facility for all abilities and ages, providing a friendly and encouraging practice experience for the individuals or the family, and providing an opportunity to learn, practice, and play better golf. Doug, as you know, I have a new move for 2022, kind of like pulling on my after my takeaway. I'm pulling down to keep the right elbow below the left, and then the wrists come through, and then I have this attack angle really creating optimal compression, and you're going to see the ball. It's going to be like stinger after stinger after stinger.
I was going to say lower trash.
Lower trash. Just I get the ball too high, and it's really vulnerable to the hawk.
That's probably going to give you an extra 20 yards.
It's going to be exciting to watch my distance in 2022.
I can't wait. I can't believe you're playing a par 3. You should be playing a driving hole.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And you know who was at? I almost went Saturday. The wind was a little strong, so I said, but I saw a picture of Carlos Spicy when he was out there with John Vaughn.
Oh, is that right?
The Family Golf?
Yeah.
God bless America. They're online at familygolfonline.com. And listeners of TMA, say, hey, I listen to TMA, and you get 50% off a swing analysis. That gets your game ready to go for the Dotem and for the Fan Page Club Championship. You can be peaking because of Family Golf and Learning Center. Online at familygolfonline.com.
You are welcome to call in. Jackson, I think we're getting a call. I was told the gentleman was texting.
I'm on the lookout for it.
Okay. 636-9004 TMA, the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines. And you can email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. That comes your way in about 20 minutes. Brian Henshin leading right now. Always comes your way at 9:45 in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Catch the game in a pint at one of our 2 locations in Sunset Hills and downtown. Dear Deidre, my girlfriend was so... I think he was about to get up and leave.
Well, I left my coffee in the other room. I was going to go get my coffee, but I won't during this.
Heaven's sake.
Dear Deidre, my girlfriend was so angry when she discovered I'd been watching heterosexual porn that she shoved me around and poured paint over me. I'm a 34-year-old female, and my girlfriend is 36. I used to date men in my 20s, but stopped when I realized that even though I enjoyed their company, I didn't particularly enjoy the sex. Even with that being the case, I prefer to watch heterosexual porn rather than gay porn, but I didn't tell my partner because I didn't think it was a problem. Clearly, I was wrong, and I blame myself for not being upfront about it, but I didn't expect the abuse she inflicted. I'm trying to move on from this, but I feel traumatized. That's great news. Deirdre's got an answer to help her out.
Okay.
You did not do anything wrong. Many people watch porn as well as enjoying sex with their partner. Your girlfriend clearly felt threatened, but watching porn does not mean you are unhappy with your sex life with her. Your girlfriend poses a danger to you. Don't wait for another angry outburst or give her any more chances. My support pack abusive partner explains more.
Not an abusive partner.
Well, pouring paint on your head, that's abusive.
That's the definition of kink shaming.
Or cuck.
Hold on,
Not
that's
a
a
cuck.
cuck?
It's not a cuck yet, but if she gets a guy involved in this gay relationship and has the other girl watch.
That's some berating there.
That's a cuck.
Now, what do you say? And I know this is FCC, so I'm not going to say. Like, what did the girl say to the other girl? Like, to make her feel bad because she doesn't have, a unit to provide that pleasure that she's getting. So it's like.
But the one poor gal had paint poured over her head. That's a Sherwin-Williams cuck.
Yeah, Doug, I think that's a new one.
Yes,
we haven't really dove into just yet. I'm sure Sherman Williams loves it.
Doug, all hell breaking loose in the YouTube chat. The bots are active.
What's their beef?
I don't know. Who's Hot Girls and Boys video chat?
Oh, God's name is calling my phone.
Jackson's getting phone calls. The bots are taking over the chat.
Well, that email got them going. That email got the bots going over.
Oh, they're going crazy right now.
So the bots hear us talking about something, and then they post in the YouTube chat?
They heard the Dear Deidre about porn, so now they're talking
these
about
bots,
videos.
this artificial intelligence, Doug.
Yep.
This show is like
sets that up?
Like teetering on absolutely fake. So like you have the bots just rolling in.
I took care of them.
Hot Girls and Boys video chat.
Yeah, well, that's a picture of a strawberry. Is the profile? I don't know. Does that mean something?
That Lana had the strawberry thing.
Right. Well, I think it's a good thing, the bots. I mean,
You think it's good?
Well, we're getting our name out there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and what?
That's like STL Kai's Instagram with 200,000 followers and 190,000 of them are bots.
Yeah.
And he's proud of that.
Gotta get yourself out there.
Maybe that's where our 14% of the women listening come from.
They're bots.
We have more than 14%.
Doug and I are, we're at 18%. Doug and I are sporting the TMA STL St. Patrick's Day hoodie. You can get yours at TMASTLshop.com. Check it out and see what the good word is. And we look good. I think the green brings out our eyes.
It does.
I usually don't wear green, but I'm wearing this hoodie right now, and it looks really good on me.
It's a sharp look.
Yeah, the green isn't my color, but I'm rocking it, and it looks great.
Doug, it's a sharp look.
Color? Yeah, you look fine in green.
Well, enjoy them.
The gentleman who sent in the email about Stratum has said he's going to call in to prove to the guy who I offered 100 to 1 on that it's real. That gentleman who I offered 100 to 1 on, and up to $100. So, Doug, I'm setting aside some money here.
Okay.
Disappeared.
Has not responded.
Yeah. What do you know?
Yeah. You don't have to call. We believe you. You don't back down to the mob. Don't ever back down.
Yeah.
Wait, why the hell was I just blocked from the YouTube chat? I'd been writing in the Hot Girls and Boys chat 69. I thought it was funny. Thanks, Brian Henshin.
He deserved to be blocked.
Well, use your real name. You have a real name. Use it.
Use your government name.
Chris Raby has produced a new audio postcard. Now, has this been, because I heard on Friday it was 6 minutes. Have we done a little using of the shears?
It's the content of it is only probably about 3.5, 4 minutes. There's some nice LLB
4.5
kicker
minutes of
at the
content
end.
with a minute music bed at the
I
end.
played golf with Chris on Friday, and he played it for me, and it's fire.
Oh, Doug, you hear that? It's fire.
okay.
How was the golf?
It was great.
Where'd you play?
Walked 9 at the Highlands. Easy course to walk,
I like
really.
the Highlands.
Oh, it's a great course to walk.
Jackson, you shot 4 over, 1 birdie, 1 double, a few bogeys out there, but otherwise played pretty solid for early on in the golf season here in the Midwest.
It's actually a really good assumption. I played pretty well, and I had
Raby was. I was just FaceTime with Raby watching.
Right. I had 2 kick-in birdies. Really, yeah, just put it to like 3 feet.
This guy's dangerous.
Yeah.
This guy's dangerous.
The
Doug.
first round
He's a
of the year is
dangerous
always my
14.
It sounds like he's playing target golf.
He's a dangerous 14.
Yeah, I was throwing darts with the old 50-degree wedge, but the first round of the year, for whatever reason, is like always like my best round. If the guy is trying to call in, is he calling my phone? How's he get my number?
Who? Did we just change topics?
We have a bot calling.
Someone's calling my phone. And
Well,
it's
that's what
happened
happens when you
twice.
have a phone.
Nobody ever calls you?
Not really. Not really.
Doug, the Youngs don't really call.
I FaceTime or text, so I don't know what's going on here. Are they trying to call into the show? Not my phone number.
I don't know.
Our phone lines
You're
are
the
still
producer. We
blacked
don't
out
know.
on here, so when they are on,
I
nothing's
get 30
ringing.
calls a day, and 29 say spam risk. I just swipe
Scam alert.
left.
Yeah, I get that.
The highlight of the story is Raby's audio postcards fire.
Okay.
The fake angry old guy does not like Raby's audio postcard, even though we haven't played it yet.
Yeah, we haven't even done it.
Did you get a clip of it before us?
Raby thinks he's a genius. He can't edit his stuff properly because he believes everything he does is awesome. That's from the fake angry old guy.
What is this guy's profession? I
Well,
just
most
want
of
to
his
know.
stuff is fine.
The guy who wanted to call in for the 618 bet that I've given out 100 to 1 on says he's called twice, Jackson.
Yeah, it's my phone. He's called my cell phone twice. I think
636-9004-TMA. 636-9004-TMA. Jackson just wrote to him, "You're calling my phone. You're going the wrong way."
How do they know where we're going?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, just don't call my. I can't. I can't.
Why would this guy know your phone number?
It's a fantastic question.
Maybe it is a bot.
Slightly.
Yeah, now I'm
concerning.
starting to worry if I might be exposed for $10,000.
Yeah, I think I want to take the bet now.
I mean, Doug, I had the Duke bet on Saturday, the Blues bet on Sunday. Now I'm giving out 100 to 1 to a guy calling Jackson's phone.
Yeah. You hear my little cute voicemail from high school.
It's still there from high school?
Yeah.
My voicemail refuses to change, and so it's Angel. It goes, "You're trying to connect to Angel."
Really? Why do you want Angel on there?
I have changed it. I've never changed my phone number. I got this phone from T-Mobile, and it's Angel. It reverts
Really?
back to that voicemail. It's so annoying.
You can't make a new one?
When I was hiring people, they would call me like after it's like Angel. Like, how unprofessional is that?
I don't even know what my voicemail says.
Terrible.
I don't think I've ever changed it. It could be saying, "Hi, you've reached Iggy with 1380 the woman." I don't know.
Well, maybe you ought to look into that.
I don't care.
Jackson, have we figured out the situation with the...
Yeah, I mean, if he calls in again, I'll just answer and say, "Morning after," and then hit the speaker, and I guess we'll go right into the microphone.
I worry about
What a
this
weird
whole
deal
thing.
this is. Our station line is connected to Jackson's personal
Yeah, what the
phone.
hell is that all about?
Well, you're here so often that you probably just transfer it to my phone.
I would throw my phone
I didn't agree to that.
if that happened.
Engineer Design Facilities is the sponsor of our text inbox here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. EDF. That's right, EDF, the sponsor of the text inbox on the Ryan Kelly Morning After, 314-881-TMA5. If you have visibility to your company or place of business, commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email them at fire@edf-rg.com, and they will have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. It's EDF, Engineer Design Facilities. EDF is Missouri and Illinois preferred full-service vendor for licensed and certified professional servicing, monitoring, and testing for fire alarm services and systems, fire suppression systems, fire alarm system monitoring services, EDF.
F. And, of course, the great people at Fistful of Bourbon. Doug, why don't you pour yourself one? Why don't you take the edge off here?
Well,
it's Monday morning.
Yeah.
This is the time to have a little bourbon. One big piece of ice in there, Jack.
Well, I guess it's a little early, but this bourbon tastes so good that
that's right.
There's never a bad time to have
He's on hold.
A sifter.
On your phone?
No. Real phone lines.
Utilizing knowledge learned from the longest-serving malt master in the history of whiskey, our master blender has married 5 straight bourbons into one beautiful bottle. Flavors of honey, creamy vanilla, and the delicate light spices of cinnamon and nutmeg will invade our mouthhole. It will always taste damn fine neat. Make one hell of a cocktail. It ain't just a bourbon. It's a damn fistful. Imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York. Don't be a damn fool. Enjoy it responsibly. And then...
think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't even have the copy in front of you.
No, I don't, but I don't even need it. I don't need it.
Doug, this is Roderick, not the guy with the breasts.
Joe. Okay. Hello, Joe.
Morning, Doug.
Yes. How are you, Roderick?
I'm good. How the hell are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay, I think. You?
I'm good. I'm just wondering why any human being would wake up in the morning and think, let me make up a fake email about having work done on a front pump.
They make up everything else. Why wouldn't they make up that?
Very true, very true. But yeah, so they came out on October 14th, and I really didn't know if the problem had been rectified until we got a hard rain about a month ago. And I'm like, okay, this is holding up. And then after last night, I was a nervous wreck and woke up this morning and it completely dry. So I thought last night, if I make it through this, I know I'm good here thereafter. So when it didn't flood and I didn't have any issues, I promised myself I'd call in or send that email and just sing the praises of Strata.
Look at that, Doug.
Oh,
Look at that. Now, Roderick, as you know, a gentleman accused us of making up the email. I offered him 100 to 1 on any dollar sum up to $100. He has not responded to that.
Oh, he has now.
Oh, he has?
He said, I'll take the bet, and then he just sent in, let's hear someone from the sales staff call and fake it.
Well, I can actually send pictures of the work. You can call it.
We're gonna need it.
Well, what are we agreeing to? I need this. This guy's he's really good. This is good. I guess I'm gonna get some money.
Hey,
let's hear someone from the sales staff call and fake a sponsor. Well, what are we agreeing to? You can bet up to Doug. $1 is kind of a waste of the time, but fine. $100. I wouldn't mind the $100. Now I'm exposing myself to a $10,000 loss here. Am I not? I am.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, it's $1,000.
You have absolutely nothing to worry about, Tim.
No, I knew it because I saw your email, and I knew that we weren't making it up.
Hell, I even got the $100 discount that you guys promoted.
That's all right. 314-620-8153. Stratum, say you're Ryan Kelly Morning After listener. You get $100 off.
I've been there in a house where it leaks when it starts to rain, and every time you hear it in the forecast, you start to worry. You leave the house and it rains, and you worry. Here comes the water again. And when you get that taken care of, it's just amazing what a relief
that sums it up. That's exactly right, man.
You're exactly right, Doug. I mean, I was a nervous wreck because, like I said, I had the work done on October 14th. And it really hadn't rained too bad since then, other than about 3 weeks ago, we got a pretty good rain and nothing then. And after last night, I'm like, I know if we get through tonight, we're good. So
there it is. Stratum, they don't mess around. Matt Ford, Brett Groman. And you dealt with a gentleman by the name of Tim, Roderick.
Yes, that's who came out and did the initial appraisal for me. Good guy, and I didn't have any issues. Once we got the financing taken care of, I mean, they came out, did the work in, I'd say, about 5 hours, and they assured me it wouldn't flood, and thus far, they live up to their word.
Roderick, we don't care about the 618 guy as long as you're happy. That's all it matters.
Yeah, I'm a huge Roderick Lemming.
You're a Roderick Lemming, Cloud?
Big fan.
I think we all are.
Yeah, well, when I heard that he wanted to offer you $100, I'm like, let's let Tim make this $100.
Thank you so much. I have a feeling, much like the guy who wanted to watch Doug and Iggy make out, we're not going to see the money.
Screwy.
But what was that guy's name?
Spreadsy.
And he lives in Illinois. Maybe this is Spreadsy.
Yeah.
No, Spreadsy's in Granite City. I'm in Baldwin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was Granite
But the guy
City.
texting in is 618. correct? Who wants to make
That's
the bet with him?
correct.
So.
Yeah, he says let's
Oh,
have
yeah,
someone
maybe
from the
Spreadsy,
sales
yeah.
staff call in and fake a sponsor endorsement.
Well,
So-
Spreadsy can't even listen to the show. Has he figured out how to do the podcast?
No, and you knew we knew there might be some casualties with regards to technology when we made the change, but we felt like the juice was worth the squeeze. And Doug, our podcast downloads, our all-time high was October 2021, and it was 314,000 downloads in the month of February, which is a shorter month. 370,000 podcast downloads, so we increased by what was it? Doug? Would you say it's 21%? Or is that 19%?
I haven't done the math yet, Tim.
Minus the 2 extra days.
So we lost Spready.
Yeah.
But
I
we
hate
picked up.
I like Spready.
We picked up 56,000.
Well,
Roderick,
I
thank you
just-
for
I just
attesting.
poured
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry,
myself a
sir.
Double shot of bleach. You guys have a good day. Love the show.
There it is. Roderick, don't be a stranger. Plowhawk is now Roderick Lemming.
What a great customer.
Let's see. The gentleman has not specified what his wager is. I mean, I will go through the whole process here. I mean,
You won't hear from him
I mean,
again.
Roderick's willing to send receipts to this guy.
yes.
Well, this is a company that's been around a while. They do good work. That's how they're around for a while. In St. Louis, if you don't do good work, word of mouth will get around. You'll be out of business.
Yeah,
They
that
do
is the
great,
truth.
They do great work.
That's how their business has grown, is the word of mouth thing.
Yeah.
Now
This
they're
guy
on with
can't
us.
win the bet. I mean, Roderick's going to show receipts that he got from the work.
Well, we can have Matt Ford and Brett Groman show the, the payment.
Ah, this guy.
This guy, I'll tell you what.
I love it.
I hope he takes the bet. I'd like to see Tim win $100.
Of course. Not you, but Tim.
Thank you. Guys, this is Tucker. Book it. That's from Danny Tanner.
No way.
We have one listener. It's just Tucker. 100 different voices.
Guys, I appreciate this guy and his testimony, but isn't this the porta potty guy? Thanks. That's from Iggy's
Every time.
Gates.
Every time we have someone on the phone. This is the porta potty guy?
We
had Gabe on.
We
He's
had
like,
Tara
"Is this the
Savello in
porta potty?"
studio, and I said, that's Tucker.
The 618 has responded, Doug.
Oh, has he?
He says, I still love the show, but you're still full of S.
Oh.
What is the problem with
That wasn't a nice thing to say, not to us or anyone else.
Well, then make the bet.
We
Yeah,
just
then prove it.
I mean, if we were doing this, we would have made up these kind of stories like 10 years ago. I don't know why.
No,
just
you got
now
a chance to
we're
win
starting.
$10,000 off of Tim
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you think
why
he's
would,
full of S.
Right. I mean, if you're so convinced, you can win $10,000.
Yeah, make the bet.
Yeah, let's do it. Doug?
Let's get rich.
Well, I mean, the $100 is not necessarily going to cover the Duke bet from Saturday night, to be honest with you.
How you going to get this fella to pay?
But it's free money.
Yeah, it's found money. You have to parlay it.
Yeah, you got to take that and then double down.
Yeah. But all your action on the
He says
Tigers
he'll
winning,
throw
that's
me
what you do.
100. Nice. All right. Now we're in. Now I got to get Matt Ford and Brett Groman to send the, and then is that how I officially get to keep the 100?
Well, he's got to pay you.
Can you imagine if you're Stratum,
He's
you got
probably
a call
gonna-
today to
only if
verify.
only if I can pay in person.
This guy will not admit he's wrong. He's got a tiny peen. That's from Bill's wife. So Bill's wife knows this guy.
I guess.
Now he's been cooked.
That is a cock.
You have the treat.
How did we ever figure out why was he calling your phone, Jackson?
Yeah, that's a question that I'll add it to my dossier for today to figure out why
It's
that.
Jackson's dossier, Doug. What does he do
Maybe
with his dossier?
Jackson, maybe that was a family member or something.
Oh my God!
No.
Now I'm exposed on 10 guy.
No.
You want to, I don't know if there's a hijacking or not.
You changing the subject.
If you have to ask, then it is.
We were talking about. Tim, don't read any of these. Don't read any of the names, but I have a cameo request for today.
That's a hijacking.
Just read what he wants me to do. You can take my phone and look at it.
Okay, I've never seen a cameo request. All right.
What would he like?
Just leave the names.
After you meet blank, cuck him real good over the fact that blank ordered your services for his birthday. She wanted him to see how a real man does it.
Now the bottom one is what I'm supposed to do.
Special wishes. Play an Uber Eats driver stopping by to pleasure blank. You meet blank, who must be her loser boyfriend. He's playing the role of an Uber Eats driver.
I gotta do a scene for
Sounds
this guy.
like a lot of work. Yeah. How much you get for this?
Normally it's just a cucking. Now I got to do the whole thing. Oh, hi, you must be John. Well, I'm on Uber Eats. I got your food. Your wife ordered me. I got to do a whole scene here.
Well, you almost did it. You were halfway there.
Yeah, that was really nice.
But I got to use names and all
Like a
kinds of
Sundance
stuff.
Film Festival for $50 here.
Well, at least I got something to do today.
And how much are you getting for those cameos?
I get 75% of whatever, $25. That's what I'm charging, so I get $18.75, I think.
Okay.
That's not bad. That's a good.
No, and I enjoy doing them. I sit on my couch and just kind of ad lib.
Yeah.
But I've never had to.
You got a call, bro.
Yeah, you want me to answer it?
No. Are all your calls spam risk?
Yeah, I just go swipe straight left. Goodbye. And they still leave a message with nothing there.
I feel like people have tried to probably hack your accounts and then it's just given up. I feel like you have all your information out there somehow because I never get as many spam calls as I've seen Iggy get.
Well, I'm just very trusting.
That's how I am too.
No, that was.
Got to get over that.
That was the problem with the phone number on
patio?
Facebook. No,
oh, that's right.
You know, me and Rod were getting calls at 3 in the morning in Florida, and I would get them at night when I got back home. And I'm still getting text messages from different phone numbers every day.
So
Whatever.
People do that, do you?
Yeah, I just kind of bite the bullet and say, yeah, okay.
Is it amazing that there's so many people that they've decided that's what they're going to do for a living? Is try to scam people out of their money?
Scams and flams.
A lot of vulnerable people out there, Doug.
Some people are just miserable human beings, and all you can do is just be yourself and don't worry about it.
There you go, Doug. There's great counsel.
You ever pick up any of those scam calls and play with the people?
I did with the timeshare one time.
Yeah, they advise you against doing that because they can record you saying yes on the
well, they just wanted me to come to one of their free dinners and talk about the timeshare. I said, "Oh yeah, what time? Me and my wife will be there." "Oh, we put you down for 2?" Couldn't believe somebody said yes.
Yeah.
"I'll put you down for 2. Yeah, what time? Can we get there early for drinks?" And that was it. I played with them. Didn't show up.
They advise against picking up because if you answer and they say, "Is this so and so?" and you say yes, then they'll end the call, record that, take you saying yes, and they can do whatever they want with that consent, essentially. So, word to the wise.
Speaking of scam, worst roommate ever on Netflix. There's a good 2-parter, and it's about squatters, how they get into somebody's apartment, don't sign a lease, and basically they can't really get evicted once they change their mailing address to that address.
Yeah,
it's a lot of information I did not know about.
Took me a while in Bermuda
to get rid of the squatters.
I didn't know what a squatter was.
Yeah, it's
I came back from being at home for a couple months during the off season. Came home, there's somebody in my apartment. I said, "Who are you?" "Squatter."
That's what he identified himself?
Squatter. I said, well, what's a squatter? "Get out." "No, I live here now." "What?"
Yeah, you basically can just change your mailing address to any apartment or any house, and
can you physically throw them out?
I had to call the landlord, and then they had to call the police and other stuff to get him out. But still, he said he had rights. They couldn't just kick him right out. They had to go back to the courts and do something.
Sounds like another name for a burglar.
I just lived in the hotel for a day. But.
Yeah, I would recommend that. It's a good scamming docuseries on Netflix if you're bored today.
I said, dude, make the bed, too, if you're going to live here. Make the bed.
So you lived with him for a while?
No, I stayed in the hotel till they got him out. But.
Make the bed.
We have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, and then Action Jackson and I go down the hallway. Doug would take our whooping. It's called Balloon Party / Tim and Boy. I want a Tim and Boy hoodie.
Come and get your whooping.
And that's from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. You can always listen to TMA all day here on 105.7 HD2FM, TMASTL.com, and download the Morning After STL app and subscribe for the fun and games. Everything is there on that Morning After app. It's an incredible app that was built. TMASTL app, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
I apologize to Raby. I hijacked and we didn't get to your thing again.
Yeah.
That's my fault. I hijacked and... Sorry.
Pretty safe to say that the listing audience agrees that Tom had another stupendous show today. To say he didn't would be as futile as denying the sun, wind, and rain even exist. He gives me the belief that anything is possible. You see, I've always dreamed of getting married, but lately in my dreams, that groom carrying me across the threshold is naked Douglas Elvin Vaughn. And not just about the sex. I'm talking about both wearing feet pajamas whilst our pups are sitting at the end of the bed while watching The Notebook. I know it sounds crazy with me being a player for so long, but to quote the great Elvin Bishop, I fooled around and fell in love. And by fell in, I mean he likes to raise his hindquarters and have me pin it.
Okay.
This is the filtered file. I'm in the filtered file,
Is
I
that the
believe.
leggy blonde?
No, it's Ben, and then the last name is Edenaz.
Oh, nice, Doug.
Kevin Miller.
Okay, Kevin Miller, you've been suspended based on that email. What is this, the 7th of March? Kevin Miller, you've been suspended a period of 2 days' time. Your name, as we speak, is going into the leather-bound suspension log. I don't imagine that it feels real good.
February was a tough month, as Manny and my colon have not gotten along since my diet has shifted toward a more helmet nacho-centric one.
We didn't talk about any of this stuff.
Apparently, gerbils can have a slight aversion toward the organic cheese I usually drizzle atop my beef. And I can tell that he just hasn't been able to get comfortable in my boy canal. But March is here, which means that my wife's father stops by for supper.
Don't say
And before
supper.
dessert, we head to the bathroom in the basement to swap gerbils. Phil brought a delicious meatloaf that had been stewing in the bowl.
Okay,
of
that's
his
enough.
guest bathroom for
Okay.
36 hours.
Nice.
Fennel seeds, black peppercorns, and the dehydrated boy broth from the contractors that have been there alleviating the water damage in his basement all tied the dish together. Especially as Bill Robin fed me that loaf. He hovered atop me.
No, I want to see how it ends, please. Let me see.
This
how
is
it
Tunnels Talty. He covers the SEC.
This is the best finishing line of all time. We didn't get to read it.
Suspended. 2 days time.
Peep me on with Feinbaum at 4.
Nice. I love Talty.
Oh,
Future of the glory holes at House Library.
I hope the suspension gets
March's dinner month. March's dinner month.
And Young. Hey, guys. Me again. Oh, I guess Brian Henson sent in 2, so there's 2.
Oh, gosh. Multiple emailer.
And Young, another special, subtly brilliant moment from the wrinkled boot amidst a botched 8 a.m. hijacking. The Virgin makes a joke about addressing friends' parents as doctor when applicable. He grew up in Ladue, after all. Then Boot, still reeling from his failed Arnold Palmer bowling ball hijacking old man, mutters, I always use doctor. LOL, what the F? Any hoodles, hey Tim, thanks for another great read. Love, #1 Asian intern Brian Henson, aka YouTube celebrity ASMR Ting Ting 2. War Arnold Palmer's zipper attendant.
Brian Henson.
Doug, and then he comes back.
Okay.
And Young, hey guys, me again. I was going to keep it to 1 today, but after listening to Ken's continued issues with Chinese Home Depot, I felt compelled to write in once more. He definitely contacted PayPal with 2 L's, right? I reckon he has been duped again, and we may need to consider revoking his internet privileges, lest he's scammed his entire triple-digit net worth. Yikes. Any hoodles, I bet Donna is fake, likely a burner created by Ken in an effort to make himself feel less dumb for falling for the Home Depot with a purple logo and some extra Chinese characters. We'll know for sure when he shows up with a knockoff Rolex on both wrists in a couple weeks. My favorite part of this whole thing is that these scams are not at all subtle, but Boots buys in hook, line, and sinker and then blames Zuckercorn for his being old and gullible. Perfect. Thanks. That's from #1 Asian intern Brian Henson, a.k.a. Joseph, the kidnapped Serbian princess who needs Boots to wire him or her $600 in ransom.
Oh. Brian Henson again.
And finally, last night I experienced a bowel cleansing similar to eating 3-day-old leftover White Castle skate wing sliders. I stayed close to the porcelain throne because the urge hits you like a bolt of lightning and you discover what it's like to pee out of your rear escape hatch. Was Gary Woodland also preparing for a colonoscopy on Sunday afternoon because he was crapping down both legs on the 17th hole? Anyhow, the point of this email is to pass along the news that I am in the recovery room at Barnes waiting for the results of my colonoscopy. I'm wearing nothing but a hospital gown, daydreaming of taking a joyride in Doug's LeBaron convertible as the wind blows my gown open like a Marilyn Monroe's dress. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease 15 years ago. Doctors had to surgically remove 1 foot of my small intestine in 2012, but the good news is I've been in remission for close to 10 years. I get my hole checked for safety every year, and it's slightly annoying because I have to remove my butt plug. I only caught the very beginning of today's show and can't wait to go back and PLTD because hearing you all blabber on about former makeup artists and incorrect weather forecasts brings me indescribable joy. Doug and Tim, your matching hoodies are making this hospital blanket turn into a tiny little tent. Smooches, that's from the JV golf coach, and that's who we have. For the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, what you got it.
Well, I feel bad for the JV golf coach that he has to continually get his hole checked for Crohn's disease. But Brian Henson had 2, and 2 others were suspended, so they're not eligible in my view. So I'll say Brian Henson.
I'm happy that the JV Gulch coach is in remission. But, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Tunnels Talty.
What? He got suspended.
Tunnels Talty has won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Tunnels Talty, catch him with Feinbaum at 4 o'clock today. Time for us to shut it down. Jackson and I are heading down the hallway for 101 ESPN for an hour. It's called Balloon Party. Some people call it Takes Ahoy. We'll have that for
Tim and Boy.
And Tim and Boy. That's from 10 to 11. We have TMA replay coming up here in a matter of moments if you missed the show. And then you can podcast like the Dickens anytime you want. You can watch it on YouTube. It's all there for you. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After for the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Sullivan Vaughn. I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMA